Hello, and welcome to Into the Dirt, our mystery landscape for Things from the Flood. I am Jeff. I run a little group called Adventures in Lollygagging, and we play games on the internet, and all these other people that you see on the screen also do great things. So I'm just going to cut right to the chase and let them introduce themselves, what they do, where you can find them, all that kind of stuff, and who they're playing tonight. So, Bert, you're first up. Who are you?
Yay. So I'm Bert, I guess. This lab on the inner tubes, run a little podcast called Of Steam, Steel, and Murder, and a little Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Steam, Steel, Murder. And playing the computer guy tonight. He's got no real problems, perfect health, lots of friends, small drug problem. Yeah.
Small drug problem. Yeah, yeah.
And that he causes it in other people, but,
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I guess that works.
never touches his own supply.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Got enough prescription medications to take care of that.
And then let's move it over. Chuck, how's it going, man?
Hey, I'm Chuck. I'm good. I didn't die in the woods, and despite my best efforts, neither did Dan. Yeah, I run Defenders of Cobalt. We do things on the internet. And I don't know. Yeah, that's words. I'm playing Levi, the musician. And despite having pretty decent stats, I have really crappy dice rolls. So I've got a couple conditions, but it's great. Everything's great. And there's that one girl who I think likes me because she totally has to go take
Oh my god, you're
a shit
talking
now.
about Tiffany? Oh my god.
I'm talking about Tiffany.
You're talking about Tiffany. So you have a couple conditions. Like, which ones do you have? One of the cool things I like about Things from the Flood is that, like, they describe which conditions you're suffering from. So, like, are you upset? Are you tired? Are you, like, exhausted?
I'm upset and exhausted.
Okay. Okay.
I think those came from getting chewed out by that dude who caught me in his backyard.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, you were breaking and entering, sort of, kind of.
Yeah, I mean,
trespassing at least.
Yeah, I don't blame him, but kids will be kids, right? Even if I probably don't look like a kid.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep it going. Joe, who are you?
Hi, I'm Joe with the Defenders of Kobold. I play in a few games over there, and I run a BFRPG campaign as well. Tonight I'm playing Nicholas Forrester, the street kid with a troubled home life, and currently on the run from every legal and authority in the entire town. Maybe the state, maybe the country.
Yeah, it's been a rough couple of days for Nicholas.
Yeah.
Nearly got taken in by some shady military police. They broke you free. Now you're on the run. This is after your brother's gone missing. Your parents have been into some things. They like, your dad apparently was arrested at some point because of how he interacted with this military police. It just runs in the family. It's like all of these male Forresters. Just crime seems to find them. That's what it is. That's what it is. What's your older brother's name?
I think his name was Brandon. I wrote that somewhere.
I've heard about a Brandon at some point.
Older brother Brandon.
Older brother Brandons are jerks. They've ruined the younger brothers.
I think the older brother was Brandon. The younger brother was Zach.
Okay. Yeah, I think I knew the younger one. Okay, bottom row, Melissa. Who are you?
I'm Melissa with Adventures in Lollygagging. You can find us here every other Monday. On the off Mondays, we play Alien on our channel. Fridays, we do Delta Green. And Saturdays, we do Worlds Without Number. In this game, I play Allison Forrester. She is the party animal who currently doesn't have any conditions, but also has a rough home life. And her goal is to be away from home as often as possible.
Mm-hmm. Did you mention that you are twins with Llewellyn?
I didn't.
Okay.
But I am. And cousin to Nicholas.
That's true. Yeah. Yep. It's the rough side of the family. I don't know. Something like that. Did we ever establish that? Like, you guys are cousins, so, like, I presume one of your parents is siblings to another parent, maybe? Do we ever figure that out? Whether it's like because
our mothers or sisters is my yes.
because Allison and Llewellyn, they lost their mother.
Mhm.
How long ago did you lose your mom?
Probably like 6 or 7 years ago or something.
Okay.
Yeah, like middle school ish time frame.
Okay. And so you have, so then Nicholas's mom is their sisters. Okay, fair enough. That makes sense. All right. And speaking of Llewellyn, Jeremy.
Well, I'm the less charming of the twins, and sorry, I got a frog in my throat at just the worst possible time. So yeah, no, I'm playing the Jock, the meathead, who overall means well and has a pretty cool car. On the side, mostly I just spend time with these awesome people. Every now and then talk about comics at a podcast called Pludcast, PLEWD.
All right. And are you suffering from any conditions?
Let me see. I actually I had a really nice run of not suffering any conditions,
Mhm.
but then I made the really intelligent decision to do car stealth
It was awesome.
and trying to take down a robot.
It was
And
awesome.
so while cutting donuts around a giant robot, I got scared.
Yeah. And your car got damaged. You still have it,
Yeah.
still runs, but boy, it's the front, its front grid, it does not look great. We'll talk about
Yeah.
that in a minute. But yeah,
We nearly got demolecularized
something like that. Yep, blended, something like that.
It's all good.
Science words.
Science words. And that
Social engineering.
yeah.
Raid.
Untold Stories Project. Thank you for the raid. We are just getting started. Perfect timing. We're just finishing up our intros, and then we're going to dive into things from the flood. And so, speaking of intros, Dan, you're up. Say something great that's going to make all these new raiders want to stay and watch us.
I may or may not be a synth replicant Dan. I may not be the original Dan who died on the camping trip.
That's fair.
Be awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
All right.
Who knows?
that'll work. That'll do it. I think. Yeah, they're all staying. Yeah, that's good. All right.
Great success. But I'm also playing Steven, the loner, and we'll see what kind of trouble I can find for us this time. Keep it
Yeah,
short
I
and sweet.
doubled down on your loner nature last week and said that your parents went out of town for the weekend, so you're even more of a loner now. So
Yeah.
All right, well, let's dive in. We had a crazy session last time where stuff happened as you guys took the advice of the title of our campaign and you went into the dirt, dust storm. So you guys did a few different things. The first thing you did is you wandered off towards the Beaver Run Road, where Bugs Begone had a parent, which is a local exterminator place, had tented several houses that were on the edge of the desert, and apparently something crazy was happening. Like pets were getting harmed, and you guys went there to inquire, but also to rescue a Sophie B. Hawkins CD for Levi's soon-to-be girlfriend Tiffany. Maybe, I don't know. She might be a little too creepy now. While there, you guys encountered a dog that had been altered somehow, so its head looked weird and in pain, but you all handled that with great care and empathy, and you gave it some food and some water, and you put it in a bathroom, and someone else is gonna have to deal with that later. You then decided you were gonna go and scope out the salt flats during a dust storm. So the whole campaign, our whole mystery landscape began with a crazy dust storm, the appearance of a body, and of a high school, not friend necessarily, but at least somebody you know. And now a second dust storm has hit several days later. And as you guys were driving out on the salt flats, you got separated in the dirt, in the dust. One of you, I think it was the bottom row, you all went in Llewellyn's car, and you guys saw something. So bottom row, what did you see in this dust storm?
Some sort of crazy dust blending dirt robot.
Yeah, there's this behemoth dust blending, dirt blending robot that was like taking dirt in and spewing it out, and you guys tried to drive circles around it, like Jeremy said. And at one point, it used its like some sort of weird molecular arm thingy on the front of your car and nearly destroyed your car. You guys also heard some communication. Like you heard the sounds of people communicating, and someone apparently noticed that you guys were doing this. They didn't seem to be able to identify specifically who you were, but they just said some Yahoo is out here doing some nonsense. And they were right. That was totally
It's
true.
true.
Yeah. You guys knocked it over, which was not something that they were very happy about hearing. That was probably expensive. And then the other crew, the top row, they got separated, and when they tried to find their way back to the other group, because they were driving around in this Lent Dodge Caravan, they came to the edge of the dust storm, which was like strangely perfect. It was almost like stationary. And they saw some weird stuff on the horizon, where the horizon just went black for a moment. Weird signs of like electrical firing, and then the landscape came back on the horizon, and once it did, you guys noticed that there were changes. So there was things on the horizon that weren't there prior. So there was like ridge lines of rock that were slightly different, and there was a ruin of some kind of cabin that was not there moments before. You explored the ruins of that cabin. You found it to be the home of someone by the name of Leonard Morris, who you know as kind of an old grumpy guy. Well, not old. Old's pushing it, but a grumpy guy who lives in the what's it called? The Whispering Hollows trailer park. And as you were trying to return back to town, you noticed this. You also noticed this giant machine that seemed to be kind of getting escorted to the northwest corner of Endurance.
We found some photographs as well, right?
Yes, you have specifically a photograph of Leonard Morris and his wife Petunia and his children Leroy and Janice. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to presume, just to make this so we can kind of get started, we're going to presume that you all get away from the salt flats safely. And do you want to say we reunite back at the Rogers home, or do you want to just say you find each other somewhere along the road? The Rogers home being where you've been crashing for the weekend because they're out of town.
Be cool with the Rogers home. I mean,
Okay.
that makes sense.
Okay. So we'll say everyone limps in their cars because the wonderful Llewellyn hot rod, whatever it is, I can't remember the model, the make and model, but you show up. When you get out, you notice that your grill is gone. Like the headlights are gone. You probably tried to turn them on at some point, and they've been ruined in some way. Fortunately, it didn't seem to get through into the engine, so it's still functional. It's just really damaged. And then within, we'll say 10 minutes, you guys see the Dodge Caravan that Edward had procured for you all come limping up as well, as it tried to do a little off-road ATV action for a little bit as it was exploring the salt flats. We'll say the sun has now gone down as the dust storm was happening in the late afternoon, early evening, and so it's Saturday evening. You guys are all back at the Rogers home. What's happening? What are we doing?
I would say I'm looking at the front of the car, trying to figure out like what story are we gonna be able to tell here? We're gonna have to wash the caravan off. Like
so like people like stole the front of it or something.
Maybe we
Usually,
Is the car still like drivable?
It's
just
still
missing-
drivable. It's just like someone just kind of cut like a small little, like a rough cut right down the first couple inches of the car. So it hasn't hit
Okay.
anything
So
vital.
the bumper,
It's a big
basically.
flash
front
The
light.
bumper and like the grill has been damaged. And like the headlights don't look great. Like been cracked and everything. They're not really giving out light, but everything's driving okay.
tape some flashlights to turn them on
Yes.
at night. So we don't get pulled over.
Nice.
Nothing
You
some
drive it
primer
into a
won't
pole.
fix.
Say we got in an accident.
Okay. Fortunately,
That's-
no one was really on the road on your way back, so you guys didn't get like stopped or anything. You do know that they were sending reinforcements or something out to the salt flats, whoever they are.
Actually, thinking about it, just rough it up a little bit and say we got caught in just an incredible dust storm. Just abraded the hell out of the car.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if everything's working, it's just cosmetic. We'll just beat it in a little bit, duct tape our flashlights on, we're good to go.
Rock fell on it.
Yeah, we're lucky everyone didn't die.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that sounds like a really good idea.
I'd hate to admit that we were near any dust storms.
But like,
Oh, yeah.
does anybody else think it's weird that a dust storm just like makes stuff disappear? And like, did you
Well-
guys see the thing?
Did you see the cabin?
What?
Just out of nowhere, just a cabin. Hey,
Yeah.
look here. Look at these pictures. Actually, did the pictures disappear? Or
No, you still
do we
got 'em.
have them?
Yeah. Yeah, you took a couple, and I know you went through the backs of them, and you do have the name of somebody by the name of Leonard Morris. So you do have that down, and so that's something you could follow up on.
Is he, yeah. Does anybody know him or his family? Because I'd
I
really like to know if
think-
that cabin that appeared out of nowhere actually is still there or
Yeah.
went missing a while ago.
Levi, I would say you're probably the most likely one to know him because you and your mother live over by the trailer parks, and
Yeah.
so you might know of him maybe.
Yeah.
I think there was a recommendation in chat that like Grandpa and Leonard were like bingo buddies.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
there you
it's
go.
like-
Yeah.
They're drinking buddies at at Shakey's.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah, I've
Hmm.
met him before. He's a, you know.
One of them stopped drinking when his cabin disappeared.
Yeah.
Thought I was drunk, but it was actually gone.
Hmm.
Well, looks like it was there for a long ass time, though.
Hmm.
So what'd you see?
Big robot.
Like a big robot sucking up sand from one spot and shooting it out from another spot.
And
and
I can play back some of that audio I captured too.
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, you play back the audio, and most of the audio seems to be like just sort of people talking. Like you could definitely tell it's there's some technical jargon as people are kind of maintaining a conversation and joking here and there, but then also periodically, like when they talk to one another, they throw out like various like coordinates, like is this section clear? Is that section clear? Stuff like that, where they seem to be blending what looks just like a conversation between two people who have probably done this a lot, with making sure that they're also like kind of crossing their T's and dotting their I's when it comes to their job. Like that's the sort of feel you get. This is just two people who do the job, and like they're weaving in and out of that.
At least tells us that this seems like it's a pretty regular event that
Yeah,
they're doing.
That's
you
a
know?
that's a very fair conclusion. Yeah.
I don't know if I like it more or less that they seem to be controlling it.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
really curious to know if there's correlation between what they're doing and that wall that you're talking about. You know, are they simultaneous events or are they like distinct events?
Like,
You know,
I know it sounds dumb, but like, I wish I could see the cabin, and I wonder if my bumper's there. Like,
Wow.
Not a bad idea. I don't remember seeing a bumper there, but you know.
Let's find an address and check this out. I gotta know.
Also, weren't we gonna go take a look at that bug place?
oh yeah,
There's
I
a-
bet whoever was controlling that robot, same people as the bug people.
Well, yeah, because they're getting up all of the evidence of the little robots or
Yeah.
mechanical things or whatever.
Oh yeah.
maybe when it gets dark, we can back the van out and wash it off so it's at least clean.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll say it's dark, so we can say that a couple of you are doing that. No problem.
Yeah. Grab the hose and try to.
mm-hmm.
Teenagers. Step 1, avoid getting in trouble. Step 2, figure out how to get back in trouble
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow.
So
safely.
you've got a couple leads. It's Saturday night, so I mean you can do whatever you like. But you've got the picture to follow up on with Leonard Morris. You've got the Bugs Begone stuff. You also did hear about a when you guys were at the Hams Meats place. There was apparently a body that was found as well. That kind of kicked up. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what else you guys. Oh, and I know that Melissa was interested in the radio
Oh yeah, the radio
too.
station.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
there's
like the
lots of different options here. So kind of up to you guys. Tell me what you want to do, and don't forget you also any time you can go home if you want. Anything like that.
then we'd have to explain the car.
Who
Right.
you kidding? Dad wouldn't notice a thing.
More than likely not, but let's not.
Yeah,
sign up
okay.
for it if we don't have to.
So
better
you
not
said
to
this
risk it.
machine was like sucking things in and then spitting them out, like it had an
Mhm.
intake and an output.
No, crazy. Like it's what its arms were for.
Yeah, it was
Seems
really
like,
weird.
like it was like
And we
maybe
saw
looking
things
for
that
something.
weren't there before, and we saw things that were there currently getting like broken down into like dust, right?
Say that
I think
again.
It's like,
What was the question?
well, so we saw, or this is what my character is thinking, is he sees that this machine's taking things and breaking it down to dust and then spraying the dust out, and then we're seeing things form in the dust that weren't there. So it seems like the machine's taking like,
I don't think
objects.
that part happened, but
did it not?
Yeah, you guys didn't have any sight of like rematerialization of anything, but you
Okay.
did notice, like you definitely saw the dematerialization of stuff,
Right.
and everything
Well, I
else
thought-
is just kind of getting blown out. Like the rematerialization part is like a presumption you guys have based upon based upon other things that you've seen. You've seen like certain things stay intact or be intact, and then when touched, kind of crumble. Like the body of Alice Chandler,
Right.
for instance.
Yeah.
Presumably the bridge on which Levi's grandfather had his accident, stuff like that.
Mhm. Well, that and then this cabin wasn't there before.
but it wasn't in the storm.
Right.
I don't- That was a separate,
Oh,
wildly separate scene.
okay. I thought that was in the. Okay. I guess that's what I was getting confused on.
Because it was on the other side when there was like a change in weather and that blinking,
It-
like everything.
It
went
was
dark
outside
thing.
the storm.
Do we know if like the storm was over where the cabin was and then it's been moving?
From what they saw, from what the three, actually you were in that, it was almost stationary. Like you didn't see it move. You saw like a
More
very
like you're at a
clear,
screen.
yeah, it's like a very clear edge to the storm that never moved when you
Okay.
guys were by it. And then everything kind of just went, like when you guys were at the edge, everything went black. You saw like this weird electrical impulse type thing going on, like lightning, and then the landscape kind of disappeared and reappeared looking very, very different from what you saw. I mean, it's still desert rock and stuff, but like noticeable changes in like ridge lines, the appearance of like the ruins of an old cabin, stuff like that.
We're being teleported.
Okay, yeah, it felt like we were in a different place than where we should have been.
Something changed for sure.
Vague response.
Yeah. Is that like had we ever been on the other side of that storm before the storm was there? Like is that just part of the salt flats that we've probably been through before?
I mean, that's
idea.
you guys tell me. Like, would you guys have like wandered? I mean, like you were really deep into the salt flats at that point and away from the roads. Like, eventually you came back to the roads, but if you guys think you would have explored them that deeply to the point where you got to the very, very edge of them to the northwest, then we could say that. You tell me.
I mean, I can't think of any reason for myself to have gone that far, but
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't really either.
it's just like the middle of nowhere out there.
Yeah.
I am kind of wondering as well because you said that the highway was closed. Is that the only highway out that was
No.
closed?
To the north, there's three
North.
highways out of town. One to the northwest, one to the south, and one to the east.
Only one was closed.
You heard stories about something going down with the Northwest Highway. You didn't hear anything about Eastern or Southern. You do know that the Eastern Highway there's out by the military base, and the only people who really, there's a commercial area, there's the radio station, then there's the military base, and beyond it, it's just kind of nothing. So the only people who ever really go out that way are people who work at the military base or like long haul truckers and stuff that kind of have to head east for different things. It's not a common route that people would take. More, it's the north and south roads that are.
Okay, I was just wondering if there was some merit in stitching the highway closure to like that change on the perimeter. If they were trying to keep people away from that.
What direction was the bridge collapse?
That's
his grandfather got?
northeast, on the east side of Lake Carrion,
Okay.
north of where the radio station is a bit. It's up by the kind of the hippie commune, Crystal Canyon stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
We have
So-
a recommendation in chat to check everyone's watches and compare.
What kind of
Let's
watches
try.
do you guys have?
I don't have a watch. Time's an
I
illusion,
think
man.
we did that. I think we did that last session. We also checked radios to see if any odd things were coming across.
Yeah, you.
So-
I'm trying to think if there was something else you might have checked. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, you check your watches. Your watches seem to be functioning. Like if you have watches, whether they're old school or whether they're digital, they seem to be functioning fine. The radio,
Casio calculator watch.
Yes.
the radio kind of screwed up a bit here and there, but it eventually came through. Like everything, but it definitely looked like there was a temporary problem, and then it quickly corrected itself. Okay. So then, yeah, the question is just all you gotta do is where do you guys want to go next with this?
So we want
mean-
to go check out. I mean,
I think maybe there's a chance of more information with the bug folks. It's like if we find the cabin, we're probably gonna see something weird, but like I don't really know what we'll learn.
yeah. And I mean, we got pictures.
Well,
Are
that's
you
just it.
talking-
I would like to find out, like, how old are these people in the pictures now? I think you said, Jeff, that the pictures did not have dates on them, or they did have dates on them.
I can't remember if I said they had dates or not, but I would say for this alone, you would know that Leonard Morris is like maybe his early 50s or so. You think the guy whose name who's supposedly his family. None of this stuff looked like it was ye olden times from like Civil War. All of it was like latter half of the 20th century stuff. So it could have been 40s, 50s, 60s, that kind of stuff.
Black and white and sepia. Is, I think
Yeah,
what
a
you
little
said,
bit.
right?
Yeah, you definitely see you do have some sepia. Like it doesn't look like it's from too long ago.
Okay, fair enough. But I would like to find out where this cabin is located now, or if there was like some lore in the newspapers or something that said that it used to be there. Well, really, I just want the address so we can go by and see if it's there.
I mean, you guys came from it, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm understanding the whole.
Oh, so that
Yeah.
cabin was actually well. Okay, no, we don't know that this person actually did live in the desert flats. That's kind of what I want to find out.
Yeah.
Like, where is his address? Like,
you
where is
you
that
know where he
cabin?
lives. Levi knows where he lives. He
Okay.
lives in a trailer next to where
Yeah.
Levi and his mom live.
Okay, so then we just need to find out where this cabin was, or like if it was in the desert originally, or whatever.
Or we could just go chat with him and
Or better yet,
Hmm.
I mean, here are the photos. Just flash them. If you can have a chat with the guy, just flash him, see if he remembers the photos.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we've got photographic evidence.
So
enough.
what I'm thinking is that, like, are we experiencing that the cabin was pulled out of time and shown to us, or did something duplicate that cabin for some reason? And so we saw like There was Xerox at the time. So did we see like a Xerox of the cabin, or did that cabin get plucked from somewhere and then put back? I mean, I kind of like to know.
I feel like it's trying to build them, just from
Yeah,
like how
could
we're
be.
seeing things
But
getting
why that cabin?
dematerialized, and then whatever. I don't know. Maybe it was something they tore down with the machine. Maybe that's something it sucked up before.
Well, and I think you're too focused on maybe the cabin by itself. I think it was a much broader effect than the cabin, was it not?
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
we
you
just saw the cabin, right?
No, you noticed that
Yeah.
the entire landscape, the horizon was different. Like the ridge line was
Oh.
different. There were rock formations that appeared that weren't there. Like the broad strokes of like the mountains and stuff were still there, but like it definitely looked different. Like there was stacks of rocks here or boulders there.
Right.
A
So the
saguaro
question-
cactus was was felled in one case or it was erected in the other. So
So the question really is, did we get brought there, or did it get brought to us? Had I,
Yeah.
had I
Right,
thought of it at the
that's what
time,
I'm
I would have
saying.
left something there so we would have known.
That's why I'm
Like,
talking
we were-
about like teleporting or something of that nature, something more wide scale.
So what do
Yeah.
we want to do first? Do we want to follow up on the bugs stuff, or do we want to try to go chat with Mr. Morris?
Well, I'm worried. Well, I mean, going to talk with Mr. Morris would be okay. So with the bugs, I'm just worried about heading back out into the desert right now.
I'd be tempted to start with Morris because then he could just say for sure, like, oh, that cabin's been destroyed for like 20 years. Maybe there's some timey-wimey thing going on.
And he could point
Or-
out where it was too.
Yeah.
Like if, I would be more tempted to say like maybe we got moved. Like just somewhere else along the border. Right? Because I mean,
you knew where you were though to get back where you came from. So
yeah, you guys could easily get back to that location if you wanted to. The other thing I would say is that that Leonard's trailer park is within probably about a 10-15 minute drive of here, whereas the Bugs Be Gone place is about 40 minutes east. So that's the other thing to think about. And it is like we'll put it at like 7 o'clock on a Saturday. You guys have been talking and kind of going over each other's stuff and everything, but it's still Saturday night, so it's kind of up to you what you want to get done, if anything, tonight. Or we could just say it's Sunday and you guys can do something on Sunday. So just got to tell me what you want to do.
well, why don't we go talk to the old dude? That's easy enough. We can get it knocked
Yeah.
out tonight. And then tomorrow we can go check out the bug place.
Okay.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Okay. So caravan it over.
yeah, probably.
Or do we all just want to caravan? You mean like both vehicles? Or I was thinking we all just pile into one because your car's kind of messed up, Llewllyn.
Yeah, no, it's
Hey, good
That's
drug
fair.
money is going into this caravan. Let's get some use out of it.
all right.
Plus, it is night, has headlights that work.
That's
Working
that's a good point.
is very important.
And then the other argument is that there were files that the military had on you guys, and it's possible they might know of Llewellyn's vehicle. They don't necessarily know the caravan.
Yeah.
And then you also don't necessarily know how much of your vehicle they saw when you were machine jiu-jitsuing with that robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
May have gotten a little heat.
So you guys
Worth it.
head over to the Whispering Hollows trailer park. Easy enough. You're not given any trouble. The streets are once again active with traffic. It's a Saturday night. People are going and doing things, and the storm has seemed to have moved on. It lasted a couple hours, but at this point, it seems to have cleared up. You can see residue from it here and there as there's parked cars that have windshields that are dirty. You can see that there's like bus stops and stuff where the benches have piles of dirt and rock and stuff. But you get over to the Whispering Hollows just fine. And I'll say that Levi, since we said that your grandfather knows him, I'll say that it's not too hard to find his cabin. Like that's easy enough. And so when you head there, it's not a double wide, it's just a small trailer. You can see that he's got what looks like a motorcycle, outside, and he's got a big old American flag flapping, and you can tell that he's got some Vietnam vet stickers here and there on the windows and such, and there's like that fake green astroturf like outside, almost like his lawn, and what looks like a picnic table, like a wooden picnic table, on top of which he has some sort of machine parts, like car parts, things like that, like he's breaking something down. But you knock on the door, and there's a screen, and you hear some kind of moving around, and eventually you see this man. He's doesn't look too healthy, doesn't look too great, but he opens up. He's got like a red bandana. He's got tied around the back of his head. His hair is kind of poofy and up. He looks dirty, like he's got some grease on his face here and there. But he's got like a cigarette in his hand and what looks like a Coors Light. As he opens the door, and through his screen, he says, "Yeah, what do you want?"
Hey, you know my grandpa, right?
Where are you?
Man,
He kind of
did I
looks
even-
in. Oh yeah, I know. Okay, hey,
yeah, old Charlie.
yeah. What do you need? Is he dead or something?
No, he's good. He's good. Hey, we were dicking around out in the desert, and we found like an old, old house foundation out there. It had a box in it full of like some pictures of yours.
Pictures of mine.
Yeah. Did you used to live out in the flats?
No, I ain't never live out in the flats.
Hey, Ed, you want to show him the stuff?
So, presumably
Yeah.
somebody flashes the picture or something.
No,
Somebody's
yeah,
got
I'll
it.
I'll
Okay.
hand them over. And I think I also took Polaroids of each too, just in case they were going to
Mhm.
disappear. But I'll show them the originals because
Yeah.
the originals may mean more.
So you show him, and you see him just drop the Coors Light, and it just shatters on the ground. What in
Party
the
foul.
hell? What the hell kind of voodoo is this y'all doing? Some kind of joke? Is some kind of practical joke here? What the hell's wrong with
No.
y'all? What the hell is this?
We were hoping
Pull
you
out
could
a
tell
roll
us.
of Valiums, hand him a couple. It's okay, man.
He'll take him
Calm
and
down.
pop him. Like, the hell is that? You guys make that or something? Something them they teaching you over at the high school now with those computers? You can fake things, splice them
Oh,
together.
man.
I wish, but why is this weird?
Why
this
is that
some
weird?
Photographs. Yeah, why is this weird? I mean, they're just some old photographs. What, 50s, 60s?
Yeah, but that's me right there,
Yeah. So
and that's Petunia right there, and
Yeah.
that's two little ones.
yeah.
Well, Petunia's dead.
Well, isn't this an early picture of her or something?
She died when she was 19.
How old does she look in the picture?
She's got two kids. Like, one of the kids looks to be
Oh.
like 7 or 8 years old. She's probably at the youngest late 20s.
Okay. Okay.
Wow. So you guys thinking like alternate time streams? Yeah, like the whole multi-world theory of here. Have some more Valiums. It's all right, man.
Timey-wimey. I called it earlier.
He pushes the screen door open. He steps out. You hear the crunch of the glass of the broken Coors Light that he steps over, and he's like, "Let me see that." And he just grabs it. He's inspecting it as he looks at the back. He reads it. Leroy and Janet. What the?
So the names aren't right?
We ain't got no kids, man. I ain't got no kids.
Got
You
any
don't ever remember
hints?
having the pictures taken either, do you? Well, I mean, I guess, this one over here with the kids and, she died that young. Guess, yeah, she couldn't take that picture, but
Do I ever remember anything about him having kids, or like granddad saying if he had kids or anything?
No. I think you would probably, like, now that this is coming to the conversation, like, anytime you might have ever run into him before. It's just, he's just a solo. He's another bachelor that he's a little younger than your grandfather, but not that much younger, maybe 10 years younger. But he's just another bachelor that, like an old codger that, drinks at Shakey's and whatever. That's about it. It's like, and he looks at you, Levi, at this point. He's like, you better fucking explain yourself.
Listen, dude, I swear to you, we got turned around out in that dust storm out in the flats. We found our way out of it, came across this old house out there, found this box in it full of these pictures. Like, hey, it's him. Let's go see if these are his, No, I mean, we're not pulling your leg or anything, man.
Starts thinking. He starts walking back into his trailer. Kind of holds the screen door open for you. And
I'll go in. Yeah.
Okay. And he's just kind of staring down at this photo. He's just moving through his room, and you can see it's not disorderly or anything. It's just not pretty, On the walls, there's all sorts of like photos, and you can see some of them are with him and various folks. You can tell soldier type. He's got photos of him and his buddies back in Vietnam. You've got pictures of what looks like Petunia actually, but she's younger. You can tell she's younger. It looks like you can tell not only does she look younger, but the photos look a little older. You've got like guns on the wall and such here. He's got a rifle sitting on his kitchen table that is just broken apart in different places. And he just flops down this, it has to be like a 20-year-old couch, and you can hear the cushions just squeak. And he's just like, whereabouts you say you found this again?
Describe the cabin. Describe the landscape.
Well, ain't that a son of a bitch? You see, Petunia and I, we were a thing. We were an item and everything, and we were gonna get married. But she said that we had to wait until I got back from Nam. She didn't want to be one of those that just marries when they go off and then gonna be widowed when she's 19. So I said, okay. And, yeah, I loved her something fierce. But then, she used to write me all the time. I get letters all the time when I was over there, and then I just stopped getting them. But then, damn it if I didn't get another letter from someone else this time, though. My dad, Leroy, saying Petunia died in a fire.
But she wasn't old. Like, she didn't have kids or anything, right?
No, we didn't have no kids, man.
If you don't mind me asking, where did they live?
They lived, they didn't live, they did have some land, though, out there. They were going to give it to us. They were talking anyway. They were going to give it to us for like a wedding gift or whatnot for us to build a house and get started and all that kind of crap, if you believe in that Norman Rockefeller bullshit. But yeah, that never happened. I kind of lost touch with them. Petunia's folks, I think they're out in California maybe, or Oregon or something now. I stayed once I heard about Petunia. I didn't see any point of coming back, so I just re-upped. Then I re-upped again, and then I re-upped again, and I don't know, by the time I got back anyway, her family moved on. But yeah, you guys fucking with me, right? Like, this is
No, sir.
No,
Wish I could say we were. I mean,
I'm not smart enough to come up with a story like that.
You see him kind of reach over to the side of his couch. He pulls open what looks like a small refrigerator and pulls out another Coors Light, pops it on the coffee table.
Gotta get one of those.
He looks up at you for a second. He's like,
Oh, I'm definitely underage, man, but I'm cool as
I
shit.
freaking know you ain't on. He just picks it up and just throws it at you.
Excellent. I'll pop it open on a table too.
I kind of want you to roll to do it. See if you look like an idiot. It's okay. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. I was cool to do it. I can roll move.
Roll a move test to see if you can be cool and pop the bottle cap off.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
it comes to
Broken
drinking, I'm the coolest.
There you go.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he just leans back and he's just like, "What in the hell, man? Well, someone's playing a freaking joke on me. If it ain't you folk, it's somebody else. That's what it is."
So that's where you would have lived if you had gotten married and
I don't know.
had some
Maybe.
kids.
Who knows? So damn long ago. Yeah, it was what?
All right. Just to make sure he's not in this picture, right?
No, he's in it.
Yeah.
He's in this picture.
He
too.
looks
Okay.
younger and cleaner.
Hey, well, wow, that's really fascinating. So, time slip, guys. That's
Do we have like the original pictures
Mhm.
of
Yeah,
him,
that's
or do we
what-
have pictures of the pictures?
No,
we
you have the
have the
originals.
originals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can always keep the
Yeah.
pictures of the pictures if he wants to keep them.
Can we is there any like photography place nearby that we'd be able to get like a date on them? See like how old
Ooh.
the photos
Well,
are?
Or even tell
Sometimes
us if the
people-
photographic paper isn't something that even exists.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes the date's written on it. Even. I mean, did we look that closely?
Yeah, I had already asked if the
Yeah.
dates were on.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll give him the copies and say, hey, even if it was somebody trying to mess with you, it's a good memory, or would be a good memory, right? Why don't you hang on to those?
He kind of reaches up and grabs another frame photo, looks down, and it's Petunia he's grabbing, like him and her doing something, and he grabs this other one. He's like, yeah, yeah, all right. Yeah. And he just looks confused as can be and distraught and a little angry too. Like,
I just want to be nosy and peek at the other pictures that he pulled down.
yeah, you can see that a couple of them are like him and Petunia like on a motorcycle. Like she's on the back, and someone clearly took the photo of them. They're in a carport out in front of someone's home. You can see a couple of pictures of them like doing old school selfies where like you can see the arm and everything, and like they're overlooking what looks like a desert expanse, like it's somewhere up in the mountains somewhere around. And they're young though, like they're like your guys' age. They're 17, 18, maybe 19 tops. Yeah.
No.
Man.
Didn't really clear things up, but it gave us information.
Now I just feel like really sad.
We're sorry to just drop this on you on a Saturday night.
No, it's all right. He's just got this like faraway look in his eyes now as he's just sort of like staring down at the photo of Petunia that he knew, and then like the photo of Petunia that you guys provided him with like him and what looks like, two kids, and he's just like staring through them more than he is staring at them. And he's like, yeah. And Janice, well, that was Petunia's grandmother's name. Leroy was my dad. She loved her grandma. She did say if we ever did have a daughter, she wanted to name it after her grandmother. I don't know. But my dad was a real son of a bitch. I don't know why I would have named a boy after him. I don't know.
Maybe a chance to do it right.
I don't know, maybe. Fathers and sons, man. He just takes a swig. Anyway.
Allison kind of looks around to everybody. Kind of starts slowly backing towards the door. She's like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of.
All right.
Like maybe before we do, just take a minute to kind of sit with him, like just to maybe try and use empathy, because I feel bad like leaving him drinking with a gun obviously on the table after dropping something really heavy like this. I think Llewellyn wants to take just a minute to kind of like try and empathize with him and maybe leave on not such a weird, kind of downer note.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. I mean, roll empathy. See if you can like make sure he's looking at this positively as opposed to negatively.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. That just
love
leaves
it.
me feeling. Yeah, try that.
Okay.
Yay.
So you just kind of focus on the positive, and it's just more pictures of her and everything, no matter how they came to be. And he is completely confused about it, and he just doesn't know what to think. But after a while, you start to see him just kind of like a little grin comes on, and he chuckles, and he's like telling you a story about this time. Yeah, we drove out to Red Rocks and everything. Yeah, I'll tell you, there's one time I thought I was hot shit, tried to do a little wheelie and everything. Damn near broke my neck breaking. So I fell off that bike, So he starts just like kind of wandering in and out of these like stories that make him chuckle every now and then.
Volume's catching up.
Yeah, maybe the volume's
Good.
catching up, but no, but he sees like he's got these smiles. Like there's gonna be sad smiles, but there's still smiles.
Yeah. I was feeling awkward about just leaving
No,
it
for
on
sure.
that note.
Yeah, you probably feel a little better about it, I would say.
Okay.
Just judging from it. But yeah, okay.
That's a good thought.
So we'll say you guys bid your farewells, take a couple roadies, and leave old Leonard Morris to his recollection. We'll say that whole meeting probably took maybe an hour, and there's still hours left in the day if you want it. Otherwise, it's been a long day. You guys did get up relatively early and started over at the suburbs, going through the houses, and then you did the whole stuff in the dirt storm or the dust storm, and now this. We could probably call it a night and say start up on Sunday.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Do you heal up after sleep?
No, you guys have plenty of time to do scenes tonight if you wanted to go see a anchor, or if you wanted to have conversations with each other to try to heal each other up. That you can do.
I think I could probably get by with just conversation this time around.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
All right. So if you do that,
Okay.
so you spend time privately with another teen, giving them advice and comfort. This allows you to test lead, and then you heal one of their conditions. If you heal extra successes, you can heal additional conditions, either one of theirs or one of your own. And if you fail, you actually suffer the same condition that you were trying to heal on them.
Well, I should not be the one making these checks for anyone.
Yeah.
I've got
last time
lead
I-
and no conditions, so
I've got 2 dice for lead.
I have one condition.
Okay.
I've got one, but
I've
not
got
one.
2.
I'm just going to get online with my anchor.
Okay. All right. So, so you get online, you start conversing. Edward kind of go off. Rogers, you find dial-up internet, and you're online, no problem. And so you can go ahead and have a couple. You can spend the rest of the night basically. Is that's the end of your Saturday. So Allison, who are you having a meeting with, or like having a little conversation with? We'll figure you could probably do maybe 2 or 3 if you stay up till late.
whoever needs it most.
I would like one. Yeah,
Okay,
I've got
that's
2
probably
conditions
about-
right now.
Okay. All right, roll. So Allison and Levi, you kind of hang out maybe on their back porch, drinking some of the beers that you just got, and just talking out the day. Allison, go ahead and roll your lead.
You're upset and exhausted?
Yeah.
Okay.
So try to heal one of them, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just trying to think of what we could.
Mm-hmm.
If it's upset, we can talk about some party you threw at some point I played at.
Or the
Okay.
next one. Like, I feel like we've had,
Mm.
a week of, we're not really doing the stuff we normally would do, and it would be nice to get back to just
Yeah.
drinking and not worrying about multiverses and all of these other robots that could stomp us into oblivion or suck the dirt up into oblivion and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Look at you.
I think you heal them both since you don't have any, right, Allison?
That's correct. I don't
So
have any.
this gives you like this, the conversation. You start feeling a little better, Levi. Not only of the
Best
mind,
party ever.
but now there's a little bit of excitement about. No. This ain't it. We got another party coming up. There's plenty of reasons to be excited. Okay. Then Llewellyn, Nicholas, or Steven, were any of you Vorpal Banjo? Were any of you looking to do anything with anchors or with personal scenes?
If anyone with lead isn't hurt, I have one condition.
Okay.
Other than that, I can go talk to my anchor.
Nope, we got another raid. Praetors Rejects, thank you for the raid.
Welcome.
We are playing some things from the Flood in our own little mystery landscape in kind of a Twin Peaksian desert town. So thank you for coming by. Appreciate it. Okay, so
Actually, I think I do want to talk to my anchor.
okay.
A few questions for him.
So we'll say you take the keys to the caravan or something, and you go hunt him down because you're using your
Yep.
anchor like the homeless guy
It's like
downtown,
the-
Holden or something.
Yeah, the sage hobo.
Yeah, the
of
sage
town
hobo.
that just kind of wanders around.
Okay, and you always just seem to know where to find him. You know what I mean? You always just
Yeah.
kind of, it's always the first place you look. It's never the second. And we'll say this time you find him not at Shakey's. He's still downtown, but you find him at the park. And that kind of that weird park it's got like weird little urban legends about it. But you find him, and he's like, well, you look a bit like I feel. So, still ain't found your brother yet. That Brandon.
No,
No words
I
yet.
haven't heard of.
I did
haven't heard anything from him.
I did hear something though.
What's
I did.
that?
Yeah, one of the fellas he runs with, Davey. You know, Dave Curtis. Yeah, they something happened to him, man. They found him over at that meat factory.
Found him like.
Like dead. I mean, not
Oh.
decapitated, but like dead.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
At the meat plant?
Yeah.
Did he work there or have any ties there?
Well, I mean, they say he had some stuff on him, you know. Like he had, you know, things, lock picking stuff and whatever. He was, they think he was robbing the place, you know, bolt cutters and whatnot. Yeah. Apparently there were some funds and stuff. That's just what I hear. The scuttlebutt around town. You
When
know.
was that?
What do you mean, when was that?
Like when did they find him? Do you know?
Well, yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yeah. Well, Friday was the day you were actually one of the people working.
Mhm.
You guys went off to the tent and you guys weren't around when they found the body. At that point, you were trying to leave. But you did hear that it was a bearded guy in flannel, and that's about it. And you do know that Davey is bearded, and he does wear flannel. But honestly, he's 92. Who doesn't?
Right.
He's strange if he wasn't wearing flannel.
I know.
It's interesting.
Like, get him. But yeah. So he tells you a little bit about what he heard there, but still hasn't heard about your brother. But yeah, you can
Okay.
heal up.
I had a question for him. Since we're having alternate timelines and things, I want to ask him, what would you do different if you had an alternate life? Is there any way you would have lived your life differently if you could have done it again?
What do you mean? What you trying to say? I got everything I need right here.
Sure.
The world is
I
my
don't know,
oyster.
Maybe there's something that happened that you didn't realize at the time.
Well, I suppose I would have. He kind of looks at you. It's like, you know, I don't really like to get into this too much. I suppose I would have been a little bit more faithful and attentive to my wife. That's probably the first thing. maybe I didn't treat her all that well.
Okay. Just curious. That kind of thing's on my mind right now.
Man, you're too young to be having this kind of old man regret, okay? All right? No more of this Bruce Springsteen song crap, all right, man? You're young. Live your life.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I am right. Now, go on, get out of here. And you can go ahead and heal your
Okay.
conditions. And then Stephen and Llewellyn, were you two going to... How are you going to go ahead and heal yours?
May go ahead and phone up my friend here
Okay.
because I've got a working thought. So
Okay, and this is your anchor who is like a friend who's who is like a...
the college.
Yeah, the college outside of town, like 45, 50 minutes away or something like that.
Mhm.
And it's this, I don't know, have we RP'd any of them
We've
at all?
called them once before.
What was their name?
Nick.
Okay.
Another Nick.
Another Nick.
Mm-hmm.
All
I
right.
remember that.
Okay, it's late on Saturday, so you call them and you can be like, oh, hey, man. Everyone's Southern, apparently. No, we're not doing that. Hey, listen, I gotta get going soon. What's up? We got a kegger over at Chi Alpha Theta.
Sounds like a good time. You remember last time we talked?
Yeah, it was just, I don't know, what, yesterday, day before, something like that.
Okay, good. Yeah, just mentioned about how some strange stuff's been going on, and boy, it's just getting a little weirder.
What do you mean weirder?
Like we found this this cabin with some like photos in it that like they don't line up with like reality.
What do you mean they don't like? What are you talking about? You found a cabin.
Like out in the salt flat, out in the flats.
Cabin out in the flats?
Cabin out in the flats. It looked like it'd been pretty much worn down, busted out.
Well, I can tell you this. I used to do plenty of drag racing out there. And there's no cabin out in the flats. I mean, there's
Wow.
that shithole area where you all hang out still for some damn reason. That stuff's going to fall and kill you one day. But no, there ain't no cabins out there. No.
I wish I could show you the picture we have of it. I mean, I didn't see it myself. My friends did, but they took some pictures with a Polaroid camera. And boy, I don't know.
I mean, you know my dad. My dad's real estate. He's got all sorts of stuff around here. He's got, I think, a couple acres worth of, well, not a couple, more than a couple acres out there. And he can't sell it. It's just so worthless.
That's what I'm talking about. It doesn't line up with anything. It's making throwing me off.
Well, I think, maybe it's just there's plenty of folk out there who just don't care about that. Probably just some old, I don't know, homeless guy or some bear hugger or whatever, just living up in the woods or up in
I
the
would have
mountains.
thought that, but there's like a foundation where a house used to be. I mean, it looks like it's like come and gone already.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. That sounds pretty strange. Is that Edward kid giving you some funky shit again? I think maybe he might need to check his supplier, because that's you sound a little crazy. There's a lot better places and people to get it from up here. So just finish up high school for God's sake already, and just come on up here. It'll be a lot better for you.
I'm working on it.
All right. So yeah, go ahead and heal up. And then Llewellyn, was there something you were looking to do?
I think Llewellyn would just ask Alice. It's like, I was thinking of calling Sarge, but I'm not entirely sure with what's going on. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I don't.
Your friend will never sell you out,
Yeah,
right?
mechanically
Yeah.
speaking, you are never going to get in trouble with your anchor unless you bring it into the conversation. I can't spring it on you when you're conversing with your anchor.
Yeah.
I mean, he's older than us, and maybe he can talk about, what life is like when you don't do the things you wanted to do. Maybe. I don't know if that would help you feel better.
I'll give it a try. So last time I feel guilty. Last time, like, you helped me out, I made Allison stressed. So I don't want to repeat that.
Okay.
It's fine.
So you call up your ROTC buddy, the supervisor at the high school, who you have his number, and he says anytime, day or night. He's that kind of guy, and he's like, "Llewellyn, man, where you been? People are looking for you."
Yeah, I know. Things have been really weird. Like there was some weird stuff that happened at the factory, and then there was a kid that we had to have sent to the hospital. And it just seems like keep trying to like help people, but then more really terrible things keep happening. I'm really confused.
Are you doing terrible things?
No, I keep trying to help people, then I keep getting into more problems.
That's just how life works sometimes. Come on,
that's
son.
bullshit.
I know life is bullshit. Life ain't fair like that. But you keep doing the right thing, and in the end, the good's gonna win out over the bad. I don't know about this
really
weird
sure.
shit, but do you know how many people I had asking about you and your friends at school yesterday?
No. The coach said it was okay to skip and go over to the ham factory, and
Coach might have said it's okay, but your teacher sure as hell didn't. What'd your dad say about it?
I mean, come on.
Yeah, did you even give him a chance though? Or did you just assume that he doesn't care?
I mean, they'll introduce you someday, and you'll understand just fine.
Well, listen, I don't know what you all did, but them folks from Upchurch are looking around for you. They think you, I don't know, they think you got exposed to something. Like, they said something about, like, I don't know, crazy bees and wasps or something. They think you guys got stung by it, and now you're going to get all sick or something. So you better get your asses to the hospital to get checked out or something.
Oh, okay. That's probably a decent idea.
I don't know, man. They just said there's just all sorts of stuff flying around. They got those houses tented. Apparently a couple pets died or something from it, and now they think you guys, I don't know why they think you guys, but they think you guys got stung by it or whatever.
Oh, I haven't been stung by anything. I don't think any of us have been stung by anything. I'll ask.
All right. Well, I said you're probably sick today. I said you're a good boy. You don't skip. I guess you made me maybe a little bit of a liar today, did you? But whatever, that's fine. I understand.
I'm really sorry about
that.
No,
don't say sorry. Just make it better the next time. That's all.
Yes, sir.
All right. Look forward, not back.
Okay. Yes, sir. You're right.
Okay. All right. Well, keep doing the right thing.
All right.
I'll see you on Monday.
Okay. All right.
Hangs up the phone, and you can go ahead and heal your stuff too.
Wahoo.
Okay. I think everyone's healed. You've done your scenes. Saturday night ends. Some of you dip into the Rogers stash of, I don't know, we'll say Budweiser and Bartles and James wine coolers. You help yourselves. I'm assuming you.
It's definitely wine.
It's definitely wine coolers. You
We
avoid.
done a good job of picking up alcohol and beer on the way out these places.
And Sunday morning rolls around. You guys wake up. You guys are feeling better. Conditions are healed. And what's the plan for today?
Going to Bugs Be Gone.
Yeah, I think that's our next real big target. Until we really want to start stretching out where we're going, I think.
Okay.
Do we know if that storm's still going?
No, the storm stopped. It was a couple hours, and then it cut down.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys, those of you top row who found the cabin, when you guys were coming back up the road that was blocked off by the military police, you guys actually saw the blockade, and eventually you guys watched as those vehicles broke off and escorted that giant machine that the bottom row saw out in the dust storm off to the northwest, opening up the road. And then that's when you guys drove back in. But at that point, the dust storm had evaporated at that point.
Okay.
Or at least had lessened, I should say. Okay. So, Bugs Be Gone? Okay.
I think that's where we're at now.
All right.
Be gone.
You guys hop in your cars, cut across town, get onto the highway east, and you head to Bugs Be Gone. Bugs Be Gone is about 40 minutes outside of downtown Endurance. It is in a kind of a string of strip mallish type centers that are on the highway heading east. The last real places you can kind of stop, other than the radio station in the military base. There's quite a few other stores here and there. Nicholas, your neighbor works out here at Aaron's Automotive Repair. He's got a garage out here, and he does a lot of repair work on big rigs. And so you can see that there's a huge, huge parking structure area. There's a handful of 18-wheelers and stuff back there. And that's where he does. That's where he does his work. And so he has a place out here. There are a couple other. Let me see. I think there are a couple other things out here. I'm just looking to see if I wrote this down. Hopefully I did. But that there's a diner out here, and then there are some. There's some other little odds and ends out here as well. When you show up, when you drive, we'll say what you say. You do a drive-by first, you do just a quick drive, just to kind of take a look at it. You notice that. Okay, here's the list. So these are the things that are out on the Eastern Highway. You've got Skankles. There's a lot of trucker-oriented shops out here. So Skankles. You've got the Triple T Diner. You got Last Gasp Gas. You got Endurance Towing, which I'm sorry, not Endurance Towing. You got Aaron's Automotive Repair, and they do towing as well. You got Bugs Be Gone, and then a little bit further, you've got 108 WXYZ, bringing you all the somewhat modern tunes that Endurance can offer. And so when you take a drive by Bugs Be Gone, you notice that you're pretty sure it's not open. But you can see that it looks like there is some kind of office showroom area. There is a parking lot, and there looks to be a garage area in the back where there's a handful of covered garage, closed garage doors. You can see that there is a car sitting out in the parking lot out in front of the showroom area, the office area. It's just some dark sedan. You can see that it's a short walk over to the Triple T Diner, over to Aaron's, and all the other places. Everything's, you can kind of walk down the street and hit any of those shops. So,
do they have any brochures in the windows, or any displaying any of their gear in the showroom? Does it look anything like what the people were wearing?
All right, so if you get close enough to where you can see that kind of thing, you notice that there is a sign on the office door that says the office hours are 9 to 5. It has a number there to call if it's off hours. The door currently has one of those flip signs that says closed. There's what looks like a bunch of the logos of the Bugs Be Gone area that have been kind of cover the windows. There's one window that looks to go into the office showroom. There's another that's kind of off to the side. Let's see. But you don't see any sales or anything that are being displayed on the outside. It's just their logo and their hours.
There appear to be any cameras.
Okay. Roll investigate.
I say we go to the diner. I mean, it's the only place here to eat. If any of the employees are around, probably over there.
Yeah, and it might give us a situation where we can kind of eyeball the place. Maybe I don't know how they're positioned exactly, but
I mean, I could really go for some coffee and a pie.
Well, we can stake them out from here for a little bit.
They do have a great cherry pie at the Triple T. I've been rewatching Twin Peaks lately.
Nice.
2 successes.
Allison, you got 2 successes. Okay. With 2 successes, I'll say you notice that there is, in fact, a camera right out in front of the office. You can see it's somewhat obscured by an overhang, so if you hadn't been looking for it, you might have easily missed it. And you also notice a similar camera over back behind the building. Like there's the showroom building isn't huge, but then there's parking space around it, and then there's in behind it, you can see there's a much larger garage area, and you can see that underneath the similar, like kind of a similar awning back there, you can see that there is a camera also that's facing both a small personnel door and these two large garage doors for trucks. But yes, you do in fact see it. And you drive around and such, and we'll say you can keep it. You don't look suspicious necessarily doing it yet. But yeah, you notice those two.
Do the other businesses have similar camera, or does this seem to be
okay?
a bit more than their neighbors?
I'll say it's easy enough to take a look at Aaron's automotive repair. Nicholas, your neighbor isn't here. They also seem to be closed today, but they don't seem to have any clear security cameras that you can see. And then we'll say that the Triple T Diner, these three are right next to each other. These are the closest three things together. Aaron's Automotive, the towing place, Bugs Be Gone, and Triple T. You don't notice any CCTV footage outside of the Triple T.
Well, let everybody know they've got eyes, and other people don't really seem to have that yet. So we should be careful. Maybe come up with a plan while we eat some food.
Okay.
Triple T does seem to be open, and so does Last Gasp Gas. But doesn't look
Would
like
be kind of
anything
curious
else.
to see, like, are people like coming and going from this place?
Yeah. If the employees ever come in for lunch.
Yeah.
Okay. You do see a couple cars in the parking lot for Triple T. You see one person. You see one car over across the street at Last Gasp Gas. You don't see anyone at the pumps, but you do see one car, presumably the person who's working that day. The door is open. You can vaguely hear the sounds of like the radio coming out of it. So you imagine they maybe just prop the door open for the day.
That's the gas station?
Mm-hmm. It's across the street. So imagine basically like a narrow state road. It's not like an interstate big highway like a large I-95 or 75 or whatever you guys have in the middle of the country. But it is like it is a state road, so you can see that there's a small collection of buildings either on the north side like you guys are on or on the south side, like the gas station and like Skankles.
I can gas up the van and go chat with them inside if you guys want to grab a table.
Sure.
Okay.
Does sound good. I'm hungry.
Of course you are. Okay.
It's not in my name.
So Allison, you're heading to fill up the gas, or fill up the tank, and you're going to talk to the attendant at the gas station, and the rest of you are going into the diner. Is that correct? Okay.
Pretty sure this is going to have to be a like go inside first and say like how much you want on pump number and.
Well, I mean it's 1992 and you're kids, so I don't think you have.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have credit cards, and there weren't a ton of credit card pumps that actually had pay at the pump. You could, some of them, but not many.
Yeah. Go and hand them your couple bucks of quarters and nickels and dimes.
We're gonna say it's one of the types where when you pull up, they come out.
Oh,
So-
service.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you
Not
see,
self-serve.
yeah, you see this old woman. She's got to be 65, 70 maybe. She comes out. She's got flannel on, and she's got big old jeans that are way baggier than they should be, and big old mountain boots. And she's got she got a hat on that's covering her hair, and it's like a wide brimmed hat. And she comes out and she says, "Now, what can I do for you?"
I've got just 10.
Just in.
Running low, but
Well,
just 10.
if you're heading east, 10 ain't gonna be enough to get you to that next place. I'll tell you that. Might want to put in 20.
No, we're not going that far.
She's chewing. I just decided. She does
not?
dip.
That's
Okay.
that is.
It's not that gas cost that much back then. It's just that your tanks held 50 gallons. That's all.
So she takes 10, and she's like, "Okay, go on it. Go. You can do it yourself, girl. You want me to do it for you?"
I'll do it. It's fine.
Okay, go right ahead. Anything else I can get you? You want a little snack for the road? A little something to drink? Magazine?
I think I'm okay.
Okay.
I was actually just wondering. We've got some friends of ours that had to have their house tenanted. With that exterminator place, like, do they get a lot of business?
Oh, them across the street, Buzz be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Not really. I don't think so. I mean, some people come. I mean, they get the vehicles leave and some come by, but usually the same ones.
I mean, you're in a good place here to get all their business when they fill up before they head out for jobs.
No, they don't really like filling up around here.
Well, why wouldn't they?
Well, some of them military trucks is what they are, and I'm pretty sure they fill up on base. It's fine.
For the, I'm gonna play dumb. The exterminator.
Yeah, I don't really know much about it. I don't really know them very much. I knew the owners beforehand, but I don't know who's can't really say they've ever really talked to any of us.
What happened? Did they get like bought out or something?
The Norcia? Yeah, Tony, he I don't know, I think he retired down to Boca in Florida. And yeah. I don't know, maybe a year ago. Something like that.
So who owns it now?
Oh, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really talk to him too much. So I didn't even know that they were doing extermination until just a short time ago. You know, it was just kind of empty. I mean, Denorcia, Tony, he did like tile and stone and such. You know, marble, all those types of things. I didn't even know what they were doing. I thought they were just, buying it out, waiting for bigger buyers, some such.
So there were people coming and going from here before they put up a storefront?
Yeah, a little bit.
Does that seem suspicious?
I don't know. I don't really care one way or the other.
No. Wow. Did anybody else come with me, or is it just me?
Oh, it's just you. So if I want to kill you,
getting their pie on already.
She slowly pulls the gun out. Why are you asking all these questions about bugs be gone? We got ourselves a bug right here. It's about to get squashed.
Oh dear.
No, none of that happened. But anyway.
Well, it's, we thought it was just kind of weird. We'd never heard of them before, and they just kind of showed up. And I mean, military vehicles, do they usually go east or west from here?
Well, I don't know. It depends on where they came from, I mean, fort's off to the east, and then town's off to the west. So I guess whatever. I mean, they go a little this way, a little that way. It's fine. Yep. So that's all I really know. No, go ahead.
Have you ever noticed anything weird around here when there's been dust storms lately?
Well, I mean, they're a little bit more destructive than I'd like, but there used to be, and she kind of points down, she starts walking out towards the edge of the road. Used to be a big old welcome to endurance sign about, I don't know, half a mile that way. And, well, it ain't there no more. Dust storm just
torn down.
I don't think it got torn down. I think the damn dust storm just clear took it away. Who's saying welcome to the folks coming up, Those are some long haul truckers coming from that direction. We want to make sure that they're happy to be here. Welcome. My husband He was a long haul trucker. Yes, he was. Cheating son of a bitch is what he was too. But nah, I'm not going to talk about that now.
Sorry to hear that.
Anyway.
Was that in this last storm like a week ago?
No, this was a couple months back. Yeah. I guess over the summer.
Did you ever hear anything weird on the radio? Like the last dust storm, I feel like there was just weird stuff on the radio. Do you usually have the radio on in there?
Last storm? Yesterday? Well, I was... no, I had the TV on. But, I don't know. They're weird over there at the radio. I don't know. They play what they gotta play, you know? They got them kids there working now, you know? And so I guess they're all influencing the choices and everything. I say, you know, I kind of want a little bit more Marty Robbins, if you know what I'm saying. A little less, what is this, that Nirvana? Nah, I don't want none of that no more, but, whatever it is. But they're kind of weirdos over there, too, yeah, you know. That, what's his name, DJ Tricky and stuff, you know, he's got that aluminum foil on his head and everything. He's a weirdo.
Probably a little more of my taste in music than yours. That's okay. Takes all kinds.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else? I gotta get back to my stories.
No, thank you. Did she have like a name?
Oh, I'm
Well,
Gladys,
anything
clearly. Clearly, my name's Gladys. Okay. Well, you
Yes,
have a
Gladys,
good day,
appreciate it.
young lady. She tips her.
You too.
She spits one more time, and she goes back inside. Okay. Inside the Triple T. You guys go in there. There's a big old counter, and then there's a handful of booths. Do you guys want counter or booths? You can see that there looks to be like one dude up at the counter by himself, and then you got another two people that are down in one of the booths, a man and a woman.
Whoever's going to give us kind of the best view of probably outside and in.
Okay. Yeah, you just take a booth then.
You know, maybe
Squeeze
kind of
in.
in the middle-ish, so we're close enough to maybe kind of eavesdrop on a handful of
Mhm.
tables.
Yeah, you come inside. There's like a little jukebox it's going to. It's playing, you know, it's playing like Hall & Oates stuff. It's just kind of going around just fine. And after a few minutes, like, see a woman comes out, and she's, you know, probably in her 40s or such. What can I get you fine folks today?
Malts all around, a pot of coffee, 2 pies, full pies,
Full
and
pies.
Llewellyn, you said you're hungry, right? A plate of bacon for Llewellyn here.
Plate of
Oh
bacon.
my god.
Oh, and probably some toast. He'll need some toast. with that
Some
bacon.
He's
toast.
a hero.
Oh my god, you are my hero.
She's writing us all. That's very specific order. I'll get right to that. Anything else? Any of y'all want anything else?
Oh, cream for the coffee.
Of course. Yeah.
And we got somebody else coming too. She might want something
Okay. Well, I'll
later.
check back over when I see you coming. Well, welcome to Triple T. It's a pleasure to serve you. My name's Bernice. If you need anything, just go ahead and call. And so she's gonna go ahead and put the order in. Good old Bernice, and we're getting another raid. Featherfall, thank you very much for the raid. Very much
Wow.
appreciate it.
Welcome.
We are playing Things from the Flood. We have a little mystery landscape that takes place within a kind of a Twin Peaksian desert town. And so, yeah, there.
We just ordered pie in a
just
diner. I'm excited to find out what kind of pie she
Pie.
brings us.
It's gonna be cherry. It's gotta be cherry pie.
Mm.
So yeah, it's totally cherry pie. But anyway, thank you for the raid. We really appreciate that. Okay, so yeah, she goes.
You
and
know
she-
exactly what kind of southerner you're dealing with, and if you get pecan or cherry, you know.
Mm.
So you know, we'll see. We'll see.
So okay, yeah. So what are you guys doing?
Discussing plans.
Okay.
You said there were some other customers around.
Yeah,
right?
there's one guy solo. Looks like he's eating food. We called this morning, so it looks like he's eating breakfast. And then you can see that there's a couple in the booth, a couple booths from you. You probably would have gotten a booth that's spaced a little bit from them, I would think. And yeah, so they looks like they're also eating breakfast. Looks like they're almost done, and it looks like the guy at the counter is just starting.
Well, I guess I'm gonna just kind of listen for a bit, see what kind of conversations are going on.
That's not a bad idea. I'm sure one of these is a spy.
Yeah.
Okay.
While they're doing that, I may pop in.
Probably a
ahead.
giant bug in a human suit.
Yeah.
Or a ham's meat in a human suit.
My God, what if
They're
both?
just meat people. That's all they are.
What
Everybody's
if
a
it's
meat
ham's
puppet.
meat in a bug suit in a person suit?
What were you gonna say, Dan? What were you gonna do?
I was just gonna pop in a headphone and check the radio.
Okay.
Chuck
Okay.
just down in alcohol. Like, I'm so tired of these people.
I'm sitting and looking at the angle of wherever the camera is that Allison pointed out, and wondering if there's a spot where I could get a line to chuck a big rock at it and maybe not be on camera.
Over by Bugs Begone.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. How about
I'm not a good spy, but I could maybe take out a camera.
let's do let's just do it. I guess let's just do investigate. Yeah, I don't see why.
More investigation. Not too terrible at that. Apparently, I'm really good at that.
Wow.
Nice.
You're
Nicely
working the
done.
angles in your head perfectly.
So,
Okay.
have you ever seen that old it's not that old, but that CBS show Numbers from like 10 years ago?
Yeah.
That's basically what happens, is that all these different equations just begin to spin around your head, and you start to like visualize exactly the parabolic arc that you would have to throw the rock at and the precise weight and mass. And I'll say that, yeah, you can see that there is with 3 successes, you can certainly find angles where you could throw a rock at the cameras without them seeing you, and without, I'll even say this, without anybody in the diner seeing you do it either. Yeah,
Nice.
Awesome.
I'm still gonna require, if you guys decide to go
Yeah.
that route, to do a physical test, but I'll go ahead and give you, like, whoever does it a +1 bonus because you have like the perfect plan mapped out. So we'll carry your 3rd success forward as a bonus to whoever throws it.
It's
Okay.
ridiculous.
And so for those of you who are just listening to chatter, okay. I'm not going to require a roll. Periodically, Bernice, your waitress, she stops and talks to the guy at the counter, and he seems to be grumbling a bit about the checkpoint to the east, how they held him for some reason, like the checkpoint, whatever, the weighing station, like they wouldn't, like last night, just being a real pain in the ass. Like it's like they wouldn't let me in. The sons of bitches wouldn't let me in, right? And they just, whatever it might be, and then suddenly, like early this morning, I'm still waiting around in the freaking pull away rest area lot, and he seems to be just bitching and moaning and complaining about someone stopping him at the way station and not letting him go further. The couple, when you talk to the couple, it sounds like they are tourist type people, or at the very least they're people from they're talking about Crystal Canyon. And you hear them talk about how, like, can you believe it? Like, we heard Penelope's voice. That had to be Penelope's voice, right? I mean, and the guy's just like, no, she was just trying to steal her money. They're just charlatans up there, just playing on people's grief. Okay, Penelope's not with us anymore. We just, the sooner we face that. But I don't know. I heard her voice. You heard her voice too. And when we tried to talk, did she talk back to us? Well, no. Well, there you go. Okay, and so he's starting to get angry, and she's starting to get angry, and they're at a certain point like, enough of this. Can we get the check here? And Bernice quickly runs over from her conversation, passes by you guys. I'll have those pies out to you in just one moment. And she goes over and writes the check out to the couple.
I'm trying to recall, maybe I'm misremembering. Was Penelope the name of the guy's wife that was dead?
No, that was Petunia.
Petunia, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, you guys haven't heard of a name Penelope.
Nobody named Penelope. Okay.
If you did, it's just a sheer coincidence, because apparently I go to Penelope too often.
Does this place by any chance have that? Sometimes they collect business cards at the front for people that just are there all the time.
Oh yeah, they absolutely do that. Of course. Yeah, it's a big
so
old
I'll get
fishbowl. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll get up, look for the restroom and see if I can eye one of the bug be gone cards.
Okay. So as long as you're
what I'm
not
looking for is a
Yeah.
name,
Okay.
right? So I'm going to use
okay.
that little social engineering.
God.
Do you just want to be open about fishing through them, or do you just want to? You want to try to
No,
like, do it
because
without?
I want to name drop whatever name I find on the card.
Okay, roll and investigate
So,
then. See if you can see something.
Where are we? Okay, investigate. I can do that, maybe.
Okay, you in fact see a Bugs Begone business card. It's got that same B logo that you've seen before. It's not the most attractive logo in the world. It seems kind of cheap, but you see it, and there's the name Stuart Song.
Okay, so I'll track down our waitress and ask, hey, where's your bathroom? And has Stuart been in?
And she points, and she's like, Stuart, oh, you mean that fella with the bugs and
Yeah.
stuff? No,
Yeah,
not
my dad works with them, and he said you guys had the best pie here. Had to stop in, see what
we
that was
do.
all about.
He's not lying about that. Yeah, he does like this. He does like that pie. Yes, he does. I haven't seen him this weekend. I don't work all the time, but I guess I saw when did I last see? She calls back like, "Hey, Chester, when did we last see Stuart? When did we last?" And he's like, "He was here on Thursday. Order up, ding." And like you see, like your plate of bacon gets slid out onto the waiting area.
Nice. That goes to the big guy over there. Don't forget the toast.
Okay, nope, absolutely, no problem. And then she points out, bathrooms are right over there by the jukebox.
Yep.
Okay.
I will actually go and check out the bathroom.
Yeah, you go to the bathroom. It's clean. It's clean, but it's one urinal and then one regular toilet stall.
Yeah.
That's
Nobody
it.
in.
Nobody in here.
All right. So does it have do they have a lock for the door?
Oh yeah, it's locked. You can lock it.
Does it have the normal like drop ceilings?
Yeah.
Edward's gonna stand on the toilet and kind of poke around, see if anyone's stashed anything up in the ceilings. He's gonna take off the toilet paper dispenser and look inside the roll. Yeah, I know. He knows how people deal, so he's checking out to find if people use this as a spot.
Okay. You do not. No, you don't find anything in the ceiling. No.
Right.
No, it seems clear. Okay, so while Edward is in the bathroom, Levi, Llewellyn, Nicholas, Stephen, what are you four doing?
The couple. What's that? Oh, well, stealing some of his bacon, probably.
It's a big old giant plate of bacon.
Oh yeah,
I'm
just taking
so
some.
hungry right now.
I apologize. The first time I slap your hand.
Levi takes a condition.
Oh no.
It's 1 point of damage. Okay.
Slaps your hand right off your arm.
The couple that were arguing about what I'm going to presume was their kid, where did they say they went to?
Crystal Canyon.
Okay. And that's the place out in the desert where kind of all the hippies live, right?
That is correct. Yep.
All right. I'll definitely whisper to those here, like, that's got to be on our to-go list. Like, sounds like they're trying to talk to the dead. What if they're not talking to the dead, but found out how to talk to, what was Edward saying? Like an alternate, like, dimensional timeline? Yeah. Dirt verse. What if they're talking to a different version of the dirt verse?
Well, when Edward comes back, he'll say, well, the place is probably legit. At least one of the people that work here is here often enough that the cook knows his order when he's around. So, I mean, it's not just a front. People work there.
Okay.
I think I was planning to listen into my radio in case anything odd picked up on it, but
Okay. It just sounds like the radio station. You have remarkably fantastic signal. There's no like breakdown at all. You can literally look out the window and see the radio station like a quarter mile away, like it's or half a mile maybe. It's not that far. It
I figured I'd just skim the frequencies and
yeah, so I'll say the weird thing that happens is you hear occasionally, like when in between songs, somebody with very little confidence in what they're doing step in to do the DJing, and they're like, yeah, hey, that was that was Madonna's Like a Prayer. You're listening to 108 WXYZ. This is DJ Brewer, the Brewmaster. Just leading you guys through a Sunday morning. If you got any requests, just go ahead and call on in, and then list the number. And then we're coming up with another song here. It's gonna be a really good one, whatever it is. What the hell is it? I don't know. I can't.
Big John.
I can see. And then suddenly it starts playing. Steven, you would know.
Man.
You would know, by the way. I think you guys would know that name. So Steven, you would know it as Mike Brewer is a friend of Levi's. He's in Levi's band.
Oh shit! I didn't know he had a job doing that. That jerk.
You should have been playing your stuff by now.
He should have. Like, what is he doing?
what an asshole.
Indeed.
This is his perfect opportunity to sneak music on.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that couple will get up and walk past you, and I'll say the last thing you hear as they're leaving is the woman say, "But her name was Guadalupe. With a name like Lupe, she has to be legit." And the door closes, and there's like a bell that rings, and that's that. And Allison, you almost bump into them as you're entering into the diner, and now you guys are all together.
Update them on my conversation with Gladys.
Okay. I think
I
we
think
need to
you
go see
muted Bert.
these.
He said something that I assume was funny.
What's that?
So I slide over the malt and the cup of coffee.
There we
We'll
go.
do them together. It's a new thing. I'm telling you, it's great.
Sounds delicious, actually.
Thank you.
I'll take a malted coffee milkshake thingy right now. Hell yeah. And some
That sounds
bacon.
amazing. And a plate of bacon.
And a
And
pie.
toast.
Ah,
Now we're missing his
arteries are
odds.
clogging just thinking of this stuff.
And
Uh,
you'll love
French
it.
fries to
You'll
dip
love
in
it.
it too.
and French fries. Okay, so yeah, like you guys get your food. No one else comes in. I mean, it is a Sunday. It is kind of out of the way. Like
So the only thing that really sticks out then is that black Buick or whatever in the front.
Yeah.
Really.
yeah, and the
um,
cameras. That's about it.
Well, I mean, camera maybe, but so the camera's facing the street, right?
It definitely seems to face the entrances to the entrance to the office showroom area, and to the way it's angled by the garage, like the garage annex. It hits the garage doors in like the personnel entrance over there. So it's definitely
Okay.
focusing on the entrances to the building.
The next time our waitress comes by to freshen up our coffee, I'll say, "Please, are the feds doing something over there? I mean, there's a G-man in that car, and they got cameras. There's a bug place need cameras for. Isn't that a little weird?"
She just kind of looks at you with like she flashes a little smile. What an imagination you got on you. Oh, come on. No. That's just, I mean, I don't really know him all that well, but he comes in every now and then. He's seems nice. They got plenty of trucks coming and going. They got that B on it and everything. I mean, Tony, he never paid his bill before he went off to Del Boca Vista, so at least Stewart pays his bill every time. Nothing's like on his tab or anything.
They
So
just
how
got
long
one
ago-
person working there?
Yeah. How long ago did that change happen?
Oh, well,
Dad talked like this guy had, worked here for years.
no, because Tony had up the tile place up until about a year ago, because he closed it down right before Christmas. I know that. And he said that was it. He's done. No more of this. And he was off. And then it took them a while to get rid of all the material he had left. And then, he said he got some cush deal. and that they were going to take care of it for him, and he didn't have to worry about selling any. They bought all his materials and such and everything. And then it was just kind of empty for a long time. And then we saw, vehicles coming and going. I assume people renovating the place. I mean, obviously, they got all sorts of chemicals and such, I'd imagine, in there. And, Tony didn't have nothing like that. And I don't know. I can't.
You ever used their business before?
No? What are you trying to say about my place? I can't.
Well, your place is excellent. I mean,
We
got
keep
the
this
best
place
food,
clean.
the best bacon. But it takes effort to keep the places clean.
Well, it does, and that's what we get paid for.
Okay. Just wondering. It just, Dad, is talking about this place, and I'm going to be out of high school soon, looking for a job, and guy made it sound like it was something special. We got to ride around in all these nice cars, like that one right over there. It's a nice car.
Oh, yeah, that one doesn't move all that often. I think that's like the company car or something. Like, I see Stuart, he drives something else.
Oh, so it's just the one car. So Dad's trying to get me on that. Okay. I think he
Well,
just
I mean,
really
there's
wants me out of the
vans.
house.
She points over to the garage. She's like, "Well, they put their work trucks and such in the garage
Yeah,
there."
but those aren't nice, I mean, I work for a company. I want to be an executive. I don't want to wear the jumpsuit.
Well, they wear that fancy stuff, like it's like they're at a nuclear reactor, and she does pronounce it nuclear.
Okay.
Yeah, like I don't know what they're doing over there, but it's pretty fancy.
Wow. Okay.
They got all sorts of gadgets and gizmos and things.
What's the place we're from again?
You're from Endurance, like the town.
Endurance. It's like, well, I mean, we hear from all the way out in Endurance. I mean, they're down there doing work all the time.
Oh, well, there you go then. I guess they're just up and coming and such.
Okay. So I get the idea, like she doesn't feel like there's anything suspicious about them.
No.
That's what I'm trying to get her to talk about them.
Yeah, she doesn't find him suspicious. Like, no.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we close enough where we can see the license plate on the car?
It's parked. The license plate is parked with it facing the showroom, so it's like the front of the car is facing the road. And so right now you're kind of looking at the side of the car, so you'd have to kind of get up.
All right. Just wondering, like, what plates it has, if it's local, or we could check on the way out.
They say the dust storms made it up this far.
Dust storms have hit here before, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh yeah, we get dust storms all the time up here. No, they don't spare us at all. We might even get it worse, to be honest. I don't know. Yep. So, yeah, they, that darn sign down the road, that Welcome to Endurance sign just went up and disappeared. And then there was something, I don't know, something happened about, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. Something over at the radio station. One of their cars got all grinded up or something. I don't know. They had to tow it away. Poor thing.
Hey, that could be something you can ask your buddy about that we just heard on the air.
Oh.
Allison kicks Llewellyn under the table at the mention of the car getting ground up.
Levi, I think you need to take a sip of your coffee and your because you're not projecting very well. You're muted, Chuck.
Oh, I was muted. My bad. I'm like, yeah, man, I can go hit him up. I needed to have a talk with him while he isn't putting our shit on the radio too. If he's got this chance, he's doing me dirty. Yeah, we can go talk to him.
Okay. All right. So, how are we? Where are we going? Like it's.
Well, first we're finishing this.
Oh, of course. I assume you guys have been devouring the pie the whole time, and the bacon, and the malted coffees, French fries, all that kind of stuff.
We're
Then
teenagers. We run on sugar, caffeine, and hope.
Then the check comes. Do y'all got money to pay for this?
Yeah, that's kind of my shtick. Since I've always got drug selling, so I've always got some cash on me.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Allison's gonna ask the group, did we figure out a way inside while I was getting gas?
Kind of. Well, so I'm pretty
Llewellyn
sure.
got his pool sharking face on a few minutes there, so I think maybe he thought of something.
I'm pretty sure I could take out that camera. But I'm pretty sure that once we do, we'd have like a limited time to do whatever we want to do.
And there's no saying about
we-
cameras on the inside or not yet either.
Can we
Yeah.
tell if that camera's on or not? Does it have like lights or anything on it?
Not
Wait,
from this distance.
Edward, don't you got a Polaroid?
Yeah, I can flash out the sensor on it, but
Oh no,
talking about
man.
alarms, I mean, if it's got an alarm, it's going to use the phone line. Maybe we cut the phone line.
We cut
before
the
we try
phone line.
anything.
We sneak up underneath that camera so it doesn't see us, and we take a picture right underneath of it in the direction that it's going, and then we just hold that picture right up in front of the camera.
Someone's been playing their video games.
That's a
Classic.
way better idea than mine.
It's a great idea.
I'm trying to remember what
smart
movie
and
did
shit
that.
today.
Couple things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we trying to get into Bugs Begone?
It's morning, right? We probably don't want to do this in the middle of the day.
Late morning, there's like no one around. It's a
It's a
Sunday.
Sunday. There's nobody here.
There's
All right,
nobody
so-
Probably a
around.
good day as any.
Yeah.
All right. So, Llewellyn, you thinking through the back?
I can tell you the spot where I was thinking where I would do what I was doing, but Levi's got a much smarter idea than me.
According to how well it works in the movies, it's
It's
fantastic.
totally gonna
Yeah,
work.
man.
Totally not gonna backfire. Okay.
Well, that
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll-
you can
Well, I
see
mean, is there a way
the
to
front
get
of the
up
place
when
from
you-
the diner, so that anyone in the diner is gonna be able to see us monkeying with the
Yes,
camera.
Right.
people from they could see you going into the office for sure, because you can see. Okay, so let's just verify then.
Mm.
You can where you're at in the diner has a bunch of glass windows and such, and we'll say that that it looks off to the west because you guys are on the north side of the road, and so it's west looking. Where you're sitting in your booths, and out the window you can see 40 feet away is the showroom entrance, the office entrance, and you can see the dark sedan. You can barely see the back of the showroom building, and if you like peek your head around, you can actually see behind the building, but you really kind of have to crane and sort of angle it and look back to be able to see anything. So I would say that the garages are mostly obscure, and the back of the showroom building is partially obscure. But the front of the showroom building is wide open. Like anyone could easily see that.
There's just the one camera we saw, or were there multiple?
You saw one camera by the front door, and then you saw one camera back by the garages. You haven't
Okay.
done a full scan. This is just like a quick drive, and then
Yeah.
Allison managed to spot those two things. But that's what what
Okay.
she saw.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'd say sneak in the back, right? I mean, if it's only the people in the diner, but it's still the people in the diner,
Let's take a stroll. Let's take a stroll and see what we
Yeah.
see.
we'll walk off our
Yeah.
pie and bacon.
You all have a good day. Thanks for coming by the Triple T Diner. It's a pleasure to have you.
You
Jeff, I
too,
wanna
Bernice.
do
This
one
was
thing.
great.
Oh, thank
Um,
you.
I want to do one thing. I want to ask her for a pen. Leave her a nice tip. I'm going to
Okay.
grab a napkin, and I'm going to write on the napkin, like really bold with the pen. We know what you're doing.
Okay, are you gonna leave it on the table?
No, no, it's for something else. But
Okay.
I want it.
Okay. Oh, I thought you were giving it to her. My bad. I
Nope.
misunderstood. Oh yeah, sure. Here you go, sweetheart. And she gives you a pen. It's got like on the end of it. It's one of those kitschy type pens. It's got a big old saguaro
Mm.
cactus at the one end. It's just sort of fun. And she gives it to you, hands it back over, puts it in. It's like, well, you all have a wonderful day. She looks at the tip. You all have a wonderful day. And she starts busting the table as you guys leave. Okay. So if you're trying to do a stroll without anyone seeing you, everyone just go roll sneak.
I bought sneak this last time.
And don't forget that if there's any extra successes, you can help each other out. So there's already one extra. Oh boy. Oh,
Gosh.
oh dear. Oh.
That's got to step up your game.
Yeah, Levi does have a history of trouble with sneaking.
Yeah, Levi, Edward, and Allison all failed. You do have one extra success from Steven, but two people have
Ironically, you guys are rolling a fair amount of dice.
I
still.
got 6
You're
dice.
not
I don't
bad
think
at
I've
it.
ever passed a sneak.
So yeah, I was kind of waiting for this kind of situation.
Yeah. I
So
wanted
so
one.
Jeff, would it be fair to say that we're like doing a miserable job and we're just kind of all loitering around the front in front of
Yes.
the cameras, maybe?
yeah.
Okay. So take a look at the license plate,
Okay.
see if it's local, if it's out of state, and then I walk right in front of the camera and I hold up my napkin.
Okay, so you walk right in front of it. You hold up. Okay. You do that. Let's see. When you look at it's a regular plate, regular endurance plate, and we'll say Arizona. And you hold up the napkin. There's no immediate, nothing happens. But yeah, you hold it up as clear
It's
as day.
fine. Yep.
Okay.
Wait a moment, see if the door buzzes open or anything.
You wait.
Okay.
A couple minutes go by and no reaction.
Okay. Somebody got a pen?
Sure. I mean, I probably would.
Yeah,
Okay.
easy enough.
I turn the napkin over and I write down, we're going to the press. And I'm going to release what I know onto the internet or onto the net. Show that.
Okay, you do that too. You hold it up, and again, there's no, doesn't seem to be a reaction. No.
And I want to thank you for the bacon, but I'm pretty sure you're going to get a shot.
Oh goodness. I'll tell you what, Edward, roll
Roll bullet dodging.
No, you're fine. Roll an investigate test.
Okay. So how does it work when you want to invoke your problem?
Are you talking about
Shame.
Scar.
your
shame.
Your shame.
Your shame. Yeah.
Well, you can try to roll it first before you do it,
Okay.
and if you fail, then you just explain how your shame would give you the auto success. Okay, so in this case, you failed. So your shame is basically automatic success.
Okay, yeah. So the shame is like I'm basically useless physically, and so he's playing the tough guy, right? He's this, he's got that mindset of I'll do this right.
Okay, so you're there. Everyone's trying to like hide. It's just a travesty. It's a couple people trip and fall, and you're just kind of bumbling idiots for a bit. But as you're standing there, and after you took a picture of like the car here and there, you maybe took a couple pictures or whatever, is you're taking a look at one as it's developing, and it's of like the back seat, and as you look at it, you're like, huh. Like you're looking at this CD case, and then you go and you peer in the back seat, and there's like this travel CD case, and it's got like a little sticker of like a Genesis sticker, like Phil Collins, and you're like, wait a second, I've seen that before. Like this is either the biggest coincidence ever, or you're confident that Chet, your father's partner, has that same travel CD case that's sitting in the back seat of this car.
Okay. Right. So I'll mention that to people.
Never
Say,
trust.
look, we got a couple of leads to check on, but I kind of want to go home now and pull that CD from Chet's collection.
Think there's something about it.
Maybe it seems like an awfully big coincidence. I don't know. I mean, Phil Collins is pretty popular now. I mean, I don't, he's an okay drummer, I guess.
Not that my character would recall this, but I recall finding files hidden on CDs.
Yeah.
That you had to open them up on a computer back in the day when that was cool.
I want to restate this to make sure I say it clearly. Like it's literally his travel CD case. That you see.
His case. Oh,
that's what I mean.
Case.
That's what I meant. But I wasn't I wasn't trying to suggesting like everybody who has a Genesis sticker.
So in that case, it's like that's my father's
his.
partners. That belongs to him. What the hell?
Maybe it even has like his initials like markered into it somewhere too.
I take a better picture.
This is Chet's.
Yeah, I get a better picture of that.
In case you're looking, Edward, this is Chet's.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Edward's a dummy. I get a better picture of that in situ, so it's like you can see this in the back of this car, and you can see the Bug Be Gone thing in the background.
Okay. Yeah. You take a better picture in the car.
Give me another napkin.
In the car, you see. Let's see.
Shit, you're screwed.
Yeah, you can't recall. I would say you can't recall him ever seeing him drive this before. You do see that there's a couple things in the glove compartment, like in the console area. There looks like there's a car phone, and looks like there's some kind of garage door opener. Yeah, and that's about it. Like, you can't really make anything else out from looking in or taking pictures. Yeah.
Allison's gonna lean over in like Llewellyn's ear and say, "I thought we were throwing a rock and going inside."
I did too, but like, he seems to know what he's doing. Aside from the like making weird threats on camera.
Right?
Around and saying, guys, look, it already got us all on camera. If somebody breaks into this place, they're gonna know exactly who did it.
So we're just gonna go break in then, right?
No.
And go see what's to see inside.
Okay.
I mean, did anybody just try to open the door? Is it?
I mean, at this point, like, you guys have been at this point, it's pretty clear you guys are on video.
I mean, do we have to
Yeah.
break in? Can we just open it?
It does have a close sign on it. When you go to try to open the door, it is locked.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Um,
to be fair, it doesn't have any Sunday hours. It's open
when
Monday.
we get
Monday to
close, am I able to do some sort of check to tell if the camera is on? Can I see like a light
okay.
on it?
Sunday.
Dummy camera sort of situation.
Okay. Do you have any points in like Tinker or anything like that? Maybe
I have 2 points in Tinker.
you want to roll that maybe and see if there's anything you
Sure.
can kind of figure out about them.
1 success.
It definitely is on. You're pretty confident. You can see that there are wires on the underside of the hanger, of the overhang, and then you can see they gonna go down a channel, and then there's like and they go around the outside of the building, onto the east side of the building and around towards the back. It seems. And then at a certain point, about 3/4 of the way down the east side of the building, they go into the building. Like there's a hole that's been cut in, and they go inside.
Okay. Well, I would like to ideally like pop the tape out once we go inside or something.
Yeah, I would say. I guess I can give you that you would probably, between seeing the type of model of camera it is and seeing what Edward did, you feel fairly confident that it's not actively monitored and it might just be taping to something like recording to a specific
that'd be
tape or
my
something like that.
guess.
You probably feel confident about
Probably.
that. And likely it's on
Yeah.
the premises somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, let's not
And
break
they
into
might
the
not
front
even-
at least.
They might not even know. They might not even ever see this tape until something triggers an alarm, and then they'd look at it. It's
Like
probably
us
just
sneaking
taking
in
the
the
bulk of. Right.
Okay. Do you want to go to the back then, Allison?
Yes.
Okay. You go to the back. There is, in fact, a door back here. It's a heavy-duty door. It's not like the glass door up front. And you can also see that the garage is probably about 30 feet away, freestanding off to the side. The door, you can tell, it's a deadbolt. It's locked. You don't notice any cameras over top of it. But I'll say, rolling over maybe Nicholas's roll before, you do get the sense that there is something there. This is alarmed. Like, you take a look and you can see what looks like some kind of connective, like these connective panels, like on the door, inside of the door, and on the frame itself. So if this were to open, it would probably do something.
When did Beverly Hills Cops come out?
80s.
What? Too late for this?
I think 1990. Or wait, I'm trying to think. I know I know 48 Hours came out in like 89, and that was Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
84.
Trying to
84.
remember if we would have seen the trick with the chewing gum and where he jams it into the window to to
With the
do
banana in the
sensor.
tailpipe.
You just start jamming a banana into the frame of the door.
Now he chews some gum and wedges foil it into the sensor and sticks it with the gum.
I'll tell you what, Steven, you had the idea. Why don't you go ahead and roll Tinker
Just rented that on VHS the other night. That's what you did.
or Comprehend? I'll give you Tinker or Comprehend, whichever you prefer.
Comprehend for sure.
Okay.
Yay!
Okay. You feel like if you just slid something in between it to make sure that and made sure that it didn't that it didn't break, that you might be able to like open the door and then close it back quickly enough and then pull whatever it is. You think you can probably do it without it immediately going on. But it still has the issue of someone's got to roll a Tinker to pick the lock.
Yeah.
What do you think if you just slid something in there like a, and you guys don't have credit cards these days, but like you can find a piece of scrap metal or something like that around
Look,
here.
if you guys really want to break in here, just pull out my tools.
Okay.
You're trying to not set the alarm off.
Yeah, just somebody cut the phone line over there.
We'll
I'll
do
go
both.
that.
All right,
do
so Levi,
both.
you cut the phone line. No problem.
Just
Okay,
like
one
put he
success.
meant well on my tombstone, okay?
All right, so Edward goes after Levi gives him the thumbs up for cutting the phone line. You go ahead.
The bacon was supposed to give you strength, man. Come on.
Oh, no, I'm ready to go.
He was a good person until he did what led him to die.
All right, so you guys open up. Steven, you carefully keep an eye on making sure that sensor panel is something that to bounce off of, and then you guys are inside. You close the door. Does everyone go inside? Does anyone stay outside?
Going in. This is
I
too
think I
cool
go
not
in.
to.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right, you guys
I'm
are.
immediately looking for wherever those cameras run to.
All right. So it looks like you are in a rear office. Looks like there is a door that goes towards what you would imagine is the front showroom. It looks like there's one desk back here that looks to be used, and there's another desk off to the side that doesn't look to have been used at all. It's just sort of sitting here. It's empty. There's nothing on top of it in terms of anything whatsoever. But the other one has, papers. It has tchotchkes and things like that. You see a computer monitor, a big old bulky one. You go searching around, Nicholas, and you find in a cabinet below, like attached to the used desk, you find the sort of recording device, and you're able to. You just want to take the VHS out of it.
I want to pop the tape out.
Okay.
And is it like one of the double-sided ones that I could like start recording over the other side? One that's already been.
No.
We
This
could
is
just
older than
spool it back a little bit and just have it record over where it was before. There'd just be a little blip. Like
That would work.
15,
That
might
would
not notice it.
That's what I'd be going for.
Okay. All right. Or you can like rewind it to the start. And that's fine. So you're.
I want to estimate about when we were, or when we even like pulled up to the diner.
That's easy enough to do. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So what do you got? What else are you guys doing back here? So there's a door. There's definitely a door that goes out to the front showroom. There's this desk. It looks like there's like an employee bathroom. What looks like a water cooler, like those water coolers with the tanks on the top, and it's got like the plastic cone cups. Clock on the wall that is showing the correct time.
Probably be good to look for like work orders or anything like that. Might,
work orders, keys, or just.
Okay.
Is there a door out to the garage in here by any chance?
No, the garage was freestanding and it's separate. But you could go to that.
Keys to it.
Okay, so you start going through. We'll say you start going through the desk then, which you'd imagine has a lot of stuff. You do notice that underneath the desk there's these boxes that looks to have been partially open. You pull them out and you can see a lot of freshly printed pamphlets for Bugs Begone. that has various extermination sales plans on it, like how much things cost, warning signs for various pests and things. You can see that there's like all sorts of these that are stacked up behind the desk, like against the wall, being stood up. There is a couple. There's a binder book with what has on the spine, it says appointments. You pull that out, you start flipping through it, and you realize that there are appointments booked up through the rest of the year. Like every day, every appointment slot from we're in mid-November through December is completely filled out. There's no time past December, so there's nothing in 1993 yet. Go ahead and who is pulling the binder out? I know that a couple people were looking for things. Who would we say grab the binder?
If we want to reduce the redundancy on this, I can do something different because I have another idea as well. So.
Okay.
Okay. Sure.
Llewellyn, you're going through the binder. Roll a comprehend test.
Wonderful.
Glad it was Llewellyn. I'm so glad it was Llewellyn.
Okay.
Want to push that?
Nah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Just appointments booked up through the rest of the year. Okay, Dan, you said you had another idea.
Well, are there other, and this may end up with me going back to that. Are there like other tapes? Like security
There
footage
are a
tapes?
couple, yeah, and it looks like they're frequently taping and then retaping and taping across a couple different tapes. Yep.
Okay, so they're not like actually archiving the tapes or anything.
Doesn't
like
look
that.
like it.
Might be worth it. Do they have like a standalone player to feed them into and watch, or?
Yeah, there is a small like 13-inch black and white television off to the side that you can kind of play them in if you want.
Might be worth it to pop them in and just skim through them.
Okay.
Edward's kind of just taking stock of like the room dimensions, trying to figure out if there's a false wall or like an area that just like there should be more room here, but there's not. Just based on having a look outside, knowing how big the building
Stop on the
is.
floor a little loud.
Yeah.
No.
You don't notice anything like that. Like that doesn't even require a roll. I would say you don't notice any hidden rooms or anything like that. You do notice inside the desk that there are keys and there is another garage door opener. And then Steven, as you start playing through the video, you realize that some of the video is from yesterday, not yesterday, excuse me, 2 days ago, which would have been Friday, which would have been late in the day after the issues and situation at Ham's Meats. And you see, as you watch, you see a couple vehicles show up. The only real activity of interest seems to be like by the garage where these two work vehicles show up. You don't see any signs of the military caravan anymore, but you see them pull into the garage. But you do notice that somebody gets out of the van, goes up to the garage door that is like the personnel entrance, unlocks it with a key, goes inside, and then manually opens the garage doors and then pulls their vans inside. And then you're not able to get like a good view of what's going on inside the actual garage area. But something happens. You see a weird kind of blip on the VHS for a little while as it doesn't quite work. And then you see people leaving and closing the garages and locking the doors. And that's that. Like, I'm assuming you're like probably playing it on fast. Sorry, Chuck, go ahead.
I was going to say that's odd if they got a garage door opener. Why the hell did they open it manually?
Yeah, if I saw that, I'll pause it, rewind it, and probably real speed it just to make sure that the weird glitch wasn't just a fast forward thing
you can kind of see stuff, but it's like, I assume you're probably old enough, Dan. It's like back in the day when you used to try to when you didn't have cable stations and stuff and everything was kind of all, it sort of has that feel for a solid 5 minutes. So you can kind of see movement here and there, but not a ton. And then it fixes, and everything's fine again.
That doesn't make much sense for a hardwired camera, but okay, we'll keep that in mind, and I'll keep skimming through just to make sure there isn't anything else. But
yeah, that's the only thing of interest.
Okay, might be something
Well,
useful to know.
I'll say this. Another thing you do see is, and you can probably point this out to Edward if Edward looks over your shoulder, or if you draw attention to it. Edward, you see Chet show up, and he gets out and he goes inside, and he's in his normal car. Well, actually, you see him first. He arrives in his work car, parks, goes inside, and comes back out, and he takes his normal car that you would recognize as the car that he drives around like normal, and he leaves. If that makes sense.
I mean, I assume if somebody's changing the tapes out, I mean, we gotta have at least somebody coming and going.
Well, yeah, like lady at the diner said, somebody comes in over there at least once a week or so. It's pretty regular.
And I'm trying to think if there's anything else in here you guys would have come across.
Hey,
Yeah, that's
the
about
logbook that shows that they're booked out.
Mhm.
Does it all look like it's done in the same hand?
It does, in fact.
Okay.
Same hand, same color ink. Okay. So is there anything else you want to do before we close it down for the night, as we're getting kind of late? So is there anything else you guys want to do here?
Want to grab the remote control?
Yeah, no problem.
Is there any sign of chemical containers where they would store their chemical containers?
No. But
Didn't find any.
Steven did see the
equipment.
trucks pull into the garage.
Yeah, I think the goods are probably in the garage. Something that might benefit us real quick, since maybe we don't know what to do with the information now, is if you want to snap some pictures of that schedule and maybe a couple other things
Yeah.
in here.
Yeah,
Do that. Also, you were talking there were segments where the tracking was off on the video.
There was a segment where the feed, it looked like the picture was interrupted. Like, it's like old school cable where like the feed just wasn't working correctly, and so everything was kind of squiggly lines and such
Right,
for
so
about 5 minutes.
Can we get to that section and play with the VCR's tracking to see if we can actually get an image of what that is? Or is it just noise?
You can, I mean, yeah, go ahead and you can roll a tinker, I guess.
Okay.
See if you can make some lemonade out of these
success.
lemons.
Yeah.
It's not great, but at one point you do see somebody like come out of the garage, smoke a cigarette, and then turn around and look back into the garage. And when they take the cigarette down, they pull like what looks like a welder's mask down over their eyes and over their face, and then there's a massive spark that comes. Again, think of the angle as being above the garage door, so you actually can't see in the garage, but you see what looks like a bright flash, and then he goes back inside after finishing smoking a cigarette. We get the idea,
Okay.
like the mask was like he was protecting himself from something.
His eyes, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I wanted to look for anything that looks like HR personnel
Mm-hmm.
files.
Yeah, you don't find anything like that whatsoever. Yeah, you don't find anything about employees, nothing like that. Let me see. No, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Is there actually a business license on the wall?
When you go and if you go look out in the front, there is in fact a business license
Okay.
on the wall.
Damn.
Do they have any uniform stuff here?
No.
Curses. I was gonna steal another polo.
Any like business cards?
Yeah, there are business cards and there are official pamphlets and such.
Are there? Just want to like grab a couple business cards just for
Mhm.
names.
No problem. And they all say Stuart Song on them. Like
Okay,
the-
so there aren't
the-
other
Mm-mm.
employees, managers. no.
Nobody mentioned
the,
on the cards, and you don't find any employee paperwork anywhere.
Yeah, the waitress kind of said that this used to be some other building. The guy took off. The new guy came in, just made it sound like it was a sweet deal or something for him. Maybe it is. The entire thing is just a front, and this one guy is getting paid to make it look like a business. Seems likely.
Well, and the
Well,
other
we
guy
got-
actually had all of his like materials bought out, so like they wanted him
Yep.
gone.
Yep.
Must have been in a hurry. But I mean, they got stuff coming in out of the van, so I mean, it can't be just entirely a front
How big is the
or the
garage? Yeah, how big
Garage
is
is actually it's two large doors, so it's big enough for two big vehicles. It's probably like a story and a half, almost like it's kind of lofted. It's got slanted
Right.
roofs. It looks to be like a skylight up there as well. And then there's like a whole separate section of it it's like extends probably about half as long as another garage door in length, and that's where like a personnel entrance is. That's where Steven saw somebody unlock that small door, go inside, and looks like they came around and manually opened up the
Yeah.
garage doors from the inside.
I think whatever's really going on is going to be found in there. Then this is the front.
I agree.
Were you taking those keys?
I took the garage door opener
Mhm.
if the keys were attached to it.
No, it's like there's a small ring of keys of 3 keys. They all look the same though. They look like they were made at roughly the same time. They all have different serial numbers on them. But yeah, you take them. Do you go and peek in the garage? Do you unlock the door and go in? Do you do something about the security cam that you know is out there? Is there anything in particular?
So we have the VCR it's recording on here, right?
For this building, it probably has its own.
Because yeah, we're not getting anything inside the garage.
Yeah.
That's
And there is a door that goes from inside the office to inside the garage, or do we have to exit the building?
You have to
get
exit the
there?
building. The garage is standalone, about 30 feet away and behind this showroom building.
And we saw that it had its own cameras.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a camera feeding into this VCR that looks at the front of it.
It looks at the
Mhm.
front of the showroom. You don't see anything on the camera. You see the camera. What's it called? The VHS that he was looking at. That Steven
Uh-huh.
was looking at. He saw stuff on there. Yeah. Like you don't see live cameras of what's happening.
Oh,
you would just
okay.
have recorded,
Okay,
recorded
just
visual.
security
Yeah.
tapes. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, get in there and hopefully take out that camera too. Do what
Are
we
there
did
any
in
other
here.
buildings close to it?
The closest thing is the Triple T, which is about 30 feet away to the east.
Is
Then
it taller or the same size?
it's roughly the same size in terms of height, but the garage is a little bit taller.
Okay, and it's about 30 feet away.
Mhm.
Okay.
Do you want to take out a camera?
Now we throw stones.
Now we throw stones, I guess. Now that we know
Awesome.
there's no one here.
All right, Llewellyn, why don't you go ahead and make your roll? You get your bonus from your calculation, your geometric calculation earlier tonight. So go ahead and, I mean, you're throwing something, so I'll say move or force, whichever, if you prefer one or the other. I don't really care.
They're the same.
Okay, go for it. And take a +1 for your
The ridiculous
geometry. You just chuck a rock in that direction. Oh,
Oh my
my
God.
gosh. You can't.
Come
you have
on.
to push that.
Yeah, of course.
You got to.
10d6.
There we go.
Okay.
10d6 and still a failure.
All
I'm
right.
upset.
That's crazy.
So yeah,
Your
you
reputation is on the line here.
throw the
Trying to
rock.
make me look bad?
You throw your rock and you immediately. What I'll say is because you got 2 successes, I'll make it even better. You don't destroy the camera. You kind of hit it and it spins like around, and so it points like off to the east and away from the doors. So like literally you could walk underneath it, and it's as long as you just don't walk off to the east by the diner area, like you could probably walk underneath it without even breaking it or destroying it. Like, even better,
that
like,
is
you know what I mean?
Even better success. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
'Cause now, the strong winds maybe billowing or something.
Yeah, or
Who knows?
bird, who knows?
Bird.
Yeah.
Got burbed.
Okay, so yeah, you know that the coast is clear for the doors. So you go up. Does someone use the keys?
I
Who
think we're
has
gonna
them?
try to reproduce what they did.
Okay,
Yeah.
you just use the keys. I'll say you guys are smart enough, since you noticed it on the previous door, to see like this one also is alarmed, and so you do the same trick, but you get the keys this time, no picking of locks. And you open it up, and it looks like it's a sort of long rectangular office of some kind, and then like a showroom office, and there's a big open doorway to the left that leads into the garage area. You can see that in the office area there are in fact a series of what looks like hazmat suits hanging on hooks. You can see that there is a desk, like a corner desk off to the side on the far end. It looks old and worn, but it doesn't really look like there's much on it currently. You can see that there's a small little like peg leg or like a peg holder thing where there's some keys, you would presume truck
Pegboard.
keys. Yeah, pegboard, thank you. And when you look into the garage area, you can see that there are two trucks that are parked, and they have the Bugs Begone logo on them. And you also see that there is some sort of strange mechanical / electrical contraption that looks like a very big oven that Levi and Llewellyn and Nicholas saw when they were on the Ham's Meats. And there it is. And there's also a bunch of canisters, a bunch of tall canisters that you also saw while you were at Ham's Meats.
Well, those look familiar. Does it look like there's anything here that they're using to like... Does it look like they're just storing it here? Does it look like they're making these canisters and filling them here?
If you go over and you check the canisters, you do notice that all of them seem to be empty. You also notice that there is a property of U.S. Army label on the bottom of them when you tip them over, as well as a series of lethality and toxicity warnings on them. No indication of exactly what's in them, just a warning. Let's see. You also notice that there are a series of like furniture dollies and things like that. And then there's this big machine.
Beeline to look at that machine.
Yeah.
Beeline. Okay. It looks like a tall, like old-fashioned, almost like a double oven. It's got like an exhaust hood thing at the top, and it's got this big old trap, square bottom. And then there's like a console on top of the, like where you would imagine like the various like circular oven heaters would be. Like there's a console with kind of buttons and controls and things and settings. And there's also like warnings, like stand back, don't look directly at stuff, protect your eyes. And you can see hanging on the walls there are a series of goggles and like welders masks and things that are hanging on the walls.
Oh, seems, I don't know, from what the lady at the diner said, and the way that they don't like have the stuff to make it here, it looks like they're just kind of storing it and doing what the army tells them. It sounds like they just got this contract from the army to clean up their mess.
Good work.
And since we're at the end, I'm just going to hurry up and give it to you here. So let's say, we're going to say, just to shorten it up, you guys kind of poke around, look at this machine. At some point, someone's probably going to be brave enough to open up the door. It looks very much like an oven without any of like middle racks. And you guys notice that hidden in like what looks like a trap, like the wedge between where the door opens and where the bottom of this oven basically is, you guys see that there's something there. There's a small little piece of something that seems to, it's like, otherwise it's a fairly clean open box in here. And when you pick it up, you notice it is one of the bugs that you guys have seen, the same one that Steven found the very first time, but it is completely motionless, deactivated, and not working. at all. And I think we'll go ahead and end there since it's pretty late. And we'll pick up there next time. All right. So do our quick XP questions, and then we'll get out of here. Participate in the session, yes. Problem or relationships get you into trouble. You guys actually didn't really get in a ton of trouble this time.
Not really. We kept it fairly
Surprisingly.
clean.
Yeah.
other than
We were
breaking and
well
entering,
behaved.
Harm's
except for
way.
breaking and entering.
Did you put yourselves in harm's way to resolve the mystery? Breaking into this facility is good enough. So go ahead and take that. Learn something new. Talking to Leonard Morris was enough, probably. So
Oh, yeah.
it sounds like 3 for everybody, I think.
Mhm.
And then let's just do some closing plugs. So I know a couple people have stuff going on this week. So Bert, what do you have this week?
Tuesday we've got some first edition Dungeons and Dragons going on. Friday we're playing Talisman Adventures.
Ooh, nice.
Playing game for a short story arc. Saturday, I think this is an Numerica week on the Goodman Games channel.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
And Sunday, something fun. All can be found at twitch.tv/SteamSteelMurder.
Awesome. And Chuck, what's the vendors got going on this week?
Yeah. So what do we got on Wednesday? Jeremy's going to be running some spectaculars for us, 10 p.m. Central on Defenders Kobold. This Friday, we'll be continuing Destroyer of Worlds. We're still starting off Act 2. That was Friday. And then Saturday, like Bert mentioned on our show on Goodman Games Official, Bert's running us through some more America. Goodman Games has a big con going on that they're streaming all day, but everything wraps up just in time for us to go on the air at the normal time. So, wind down by watching a great food truck war in America.
It will be the
Beautiful.
real treat at the end of their.
Oh,
their
It will be.
Nice.
It will be. I mean, yeah, that's the way it's
They'll
gonna
get
be.
everybody
the
warmed
root
up
is for last.
Yeah, pretty much.
Everybody warmed up for us.
Jeremy, podcast.
Sure. PLEWD. Nerds talking about fun stuff. Why not?
Awesome. And then for Melissa and I, we are over on Adventures in Lollygagging, twitch.tv/lollygaggers. Just drop the link. This Friday, we are continuing our Delta Green Impossible Landscapes campaign. We just started up Chapter 2. We're probably going to have a later start, an abnormally late start that day because of some scheduling mishap for this week only. And then on Saturday, we are playing Worlds Without Number. And next Friday, you can catch us back on our own channel playing Alien, where I'm going to kill a couple of characters probably, or they're going to kill each other, or someone's going to kill somebody. It's going to be a thing.
Excited either direction.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
It is. And we should also note that Humble Bundle today dropped a new bundle for a bunch of Free League games. So if you want to get games like this one, Things from the Flood, Tales from the Loop, its predecessor, like when you're playing as kids in the 80s, or if you want to get in on Simbaroom, there's a Humble Bundle, various tiers. So you can get a bunch of these different books, or a bunch of these different PDFs, I should say. So you can play some of these Free League games. But that is it for us. Thank you for those of you who raided tonight. We got 3 really good, nice raids. And
we're
my
getting a
gosh,
raid.
we're getting a
Oh.
raid right as
Raid
we're
of
finishing.
50.
Oh my goodness,
Oh,
Q
I mean,
times.
Thank you, but no.
Thank you so much for the raid, but we are unfortunately
Next time.
closing down, and I don't have Chuck. We don't have raid privileges, right?
I don't think we do.
I don't think we do.
I don't think. Yeah, unfortunately, we can't push it
Welcome anyway.
forward. But thank you. We were playing Things from the Flood, so we really appreciate the raid. But we are getting out of here. So what was I talking about? Humble Bundle. So for those of you who just raided, if you want to play some Free League games, check out Humble Bundle. They have Tales from the Loop, Things from the Flood, which is what we were playing tonight, and Simbaroom up for all sorts of easy prices. You get all sorts of different core rule books. You can get some of the actual campaign books for Simbaroom. So that's great. Also, Colonial Marines book, the PDF I should say, is out. A lot of people are playing that. It's a lot of fun. So if you do your pre-order, you get your PDF for Colonial Marines. So there's that. If I didn't already keep them half an hour over our time, I would continue. But we gotta go because some people have to work tomorrow and everything. Suckers.
But yes, Giant Death Oven.
Suckers.
Come
Yes.
back in 2 weeks.
Yes. Come back in 2 weeks and watch what happens when they play around with a giant death oven.
Did I get my revenge on Chet?
Yes, where Edward's father's partner, whatever, is something. He's something, all right.
I
He's
know
a
how
Genesis
we're gonna
fan,
do
is
it.
what he is, and that's
We're gonna
Yeah.
take that CD case and we're gonna put it in the oven.
Oh God. All right, so
Wonderful.
that's it. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for hanging out, and thank you for those raids. And we'll see you in a couple weeks for more things from the flood. Goodbye.